white people laugh.
Yes.
Black people, no!
Yeah. Ow, 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 ow.
All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look, all my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Club Shay. I am your host, Shannon Sharp. I'm also the proprietor of Club Shay. Today's episode is at the beautiful Lanex Bar in Washington, D.C. Stopping by for conversation on the drink today, from club comedian to arena headliner. He's comedy's biggest lightning rod. He's one of the highest earning stand-up comedians currently working. He joined Taylor Swift as the only other live act to break Ticketmaster's website due to high ticket demand. He's the youngest comedian to sell out 2 shows at the legendary Madison Square Garden in New York City. He's the youngest stand-up comedian to sell out the Hollywood Bowl. He's the youngest cast member in history of MTV's popular series Wilding Out. New York Times bestselling author, viral sensation, top creator, social media savvy influencer, prominent actor, popular producer, famed writer, superstar. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Rife.
Bro. There was credits I didn't even know that I did.
Yeah, you did all that. You did all that.
Crazy, man.
Okay, you were asking.
What is this?
This is a sidecar made with my cognac, Shay by Laportier. We normally do this, but now we're actually in a place that could actually do a drink. I want to know, look at this, look at this, y'all. Got a big old cube.
That's cognac?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had it.
I know you have it. This is the best on the market.
Let's go.
Let me know what you think.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Why do you have it in the bottle that turned a donkey into a horse? That's terrifying. That's powerful stuff right there.
Yeah, man.
And what's this in here? Is that
This
straight?
is straight. This is straight.
I'm gonna try that. Hold on. I think there's a bug in mine. You just said, yeah? What kind of production is this, man? Yeah, there'd be bugs in cups sometimes, man. That ain't bad. That's kind of smooth.
Yeah. So we gonna be right. We gonna be right in this thing here.
It's only 2 p.m., man. Let's go. I'm with it.
So you have so much going on. Thank you. You had the show last night, and unfortunately we weren't able to get in because it was a quick turnaround from us because we're coming from the West Coast to get in, and then we had my show, Nightcap, me and Uncle Ocho, and then to get in. So next time I'm close by, I'm gonna come see you. I'm gonna come check you out. Cause you was telling us you went like 3 hours. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah, last night was a wild show. I think we did like 2 hours, 40 minutes, something like that. Yeah, I did like my show, which is little over an hour, like hour 10, hour 15, something like that. And then it was just one thing after another. Things kept flowing into other things. I kept meeting people, some fun. People kept bringing gifts with it. It got out of control, but it was so much fun, man.
That's awesome.
It was one of those shows that like you so locked in and focused on what's happening in front of you right now. At the very end, when we took the picture together and all the lights came up and everything, I was like, y'all are still here? That's crazy. It was a little bit like 16,000 people, man. It was awesome.
You got a film coming out later this year with Owen Wilson called Rolling Loud, drops in September. Your limited edition Netflix series with Julia Gardner. I love Julia Gardner.
Beast,
Ozark.
man. She's amazing.
Ruth Langmore, the Altruist, coming out this year. Any upcoming U.S. Europe tour dates? Anything you got going on, ladies?
Oh man, a ton. I'm not sure exactly when this episode will drop, but I think our next U.S. dates are Jacksonville, Tampa, Savannah, and Raleigh. We got like a 4-day weekend of that, and then we got Cincinnati and Louisville. Then we go to Europe for like a month, which I'm so excited for.
Really?
Man. We got like Romania, London, Sweden, Switzerland, Oslo, England, Ireland, Scotland, which is technically England, but they don't like hearing that. And a couple of other ones. Now we're all over the place.
Yeah, man, Savannah. You know, I went to school in Savannah, grew up near Savannah.
I love it, man. It's haunted.
Yeah.
It's haunted. You ever see any creepy shit like
Nah, I didn't see no creepy stuff.
Really?
No. You and I were talking earlier off camera, and then you're like, man, I'm from Ohio, little small town, about 1,100 people. But when you go back and look at it, Bow Wow's from Columbus, Jack Nicklaus, the Kelsey brothers, Ben Roethlisberger, Pete Rose, Nate Thurman, LeBron, Steph Curry, Buster Douglas, Simone Biles, Luke Kuechly. What is it in the damn water in Ohio that get all these great...
I didn't even know half those people were from Ohio. That's crazy. We can't wait to get out. That's amazing. Shout out to everyone who just listed for getting out of Ohio. It's an amazing place to grow up, man.
Right.
Like in when you're growing up, you're so bored there and you can't wait to see what else is out there. But in hindsight, it was so wholesome, man. It was just so quiet. Like I'm so happy I got to be like the last generation of kids to like play outside, not have the phone, have to bike across town, see if somebody's even home. Like I'm happy I got that experience.
No social media to get you,
man,
distract you.
No, I didn't really have social media till I was like probably 16, something like that, when it started to come around. But it wasn't anything like big. Like this was the time. This is really how I like got a lot of my start in comedy. That was the time where you could kind of reach anybody on social media. Like everyone was just kind of getting on. I got my first ever guest spot was for D.L. Hughley, and that happened just on Twitter. I literally tweeted him. I was like, hey, I'm 15. I just started doing comedy. Like, I see you're coming to the Columbus Funny Bone where I do my open mics. Like, would you want to, is there any chance I could do a guest spot? And he said, yeah. I showed up and he was like, oh, you're actually a child. I thought you were like a 35-year-old man trying to just get some stage time.
When you grew up in Ohio, your mom and your grandfather raised you. So that's your mom's dad, correct?
Yeah. I had a stepdad, but like we weren't that close.
You weren't that close?
Nah.
It later found out that your father unfortunately took his own life. And
we start the interview with this?
We gonna start with
Uno mas.
you
Dig in.
How did you find out? Did your mom or grandfather break the news for you? How did that happen?
It'd be pretty funny if I was just asking around, has anybody seen my dad? And people are like, oh, he doesn't know. I think my mom told me when I was probably, I had to have been an early teenager or something. I don't remember an exact moment when I found out. But I feel relatively lucky that it happened so early because I mean, everybody loses their parents eventually, right? And it's so hard. Like when I lost my grandpa like that, it still hurts. And that was a few years ago. So there's a part of me that's a little happy I don't have the memories because at 1 year old, like I have no memory of this person. I barely know that I even met him. So I almost feel like I'm a little lucky to have gotten to skip that pain a little bit.
So when your mom told you and it's like, damn, something, and you see now, everybody's seemingly more open with mental illness, with mental health. It seems like guys are not, because for so long, that heads in the shadows. You don't talk about what you're going through. You're a man, you overcome it, you deal with it, you make sure the family's okay, and whatever pain you might be harboring, you deal with it. But now it seems to be coming to the forefront. And so when you found out, you're probably like, well, damn. How did you feel any type of way? Like you said, you didn't have no memory of him.
It's not something I really thought about when I was young. It was just like, oh, you know, he's dead. You know, I don't have a dad. I didn't really understand like the severity of like suicide and what that means and what he could have possibly been going through. He was also young. I think he was 21 when it happened. Yeah, which is always, it's funny. A couple years ago, I was talking to my mom about how I still don't have a mustache, and she was like, well, you know, your dad never had one. I was like, he was 21. He didn't even get to grow into his face. Okay, who knows what he was capable of? At the time, it didn't really affect me, but now as I get older and I'll go through like little spats of depression or whatever, and I mean, I don't really, I've never really contemplated like taking my own life or anything, but you'll hit some low moments.
Of course.
And in that low moment, you're like, there's a bit of recognition of like, oh man, I wonder if this is what he felt as well. Because they say a lot of mental illness stuff is passed down. So I'm like, I wonder if any of that depression is genetic or anything like that. But you know, I try to think about it too much, not to let me bring it down, and more just have an understanding of what he was probably going through. You know, he and my mom weren't really together. He didn't really have a good job. I think he was like a part-time job as like a security guard or something. Wasn't that close with his family. His family was into drugs and stuff. So I just try to have a bit of an understanding of it as I get older.
I think the thing is that for me is that I really didn't. My dad, and I only saw my dad once to know who I was looking at. I think I was about 13 years of age. And it really never dawned on me until I got to things like football and I see everybody else has their dad in the locker room. Or I see their dad standing on the sideline. Or I see their dad in the locker room. And then it's like, man, I wish my dad could see this. I wish my dad could be there to see my brother. And that was the thing. Did that ever in a situation like when you're in school and you go to sporting events and you see dads at the game and they're cheering on their son to be like now? Like you see so many comedians have their father, and you're like, damn, I wish my dad could see what his son became.
You know, as a kid, it didn't occur to me as much because I had a stepdad, and even though we kind of hated each other to death, I still I knew him since I was 5, so like I still said the word dad. You know what I mean? It's not like I never got a chance to say that, even though we weren't close. It wasn't until the last 4 years, because my grandpa was like my father figure, really. Like that was my best friend, my favorite person in the world. And he passed away the exact moment, within the same 6 months, everything started to happen for me. I think he got to see me sell out a comedy club, like the Columbus Funny Bone, where he actually started taking me when I was 15 to the open mics. So he got to see me sell that out. But like now getting to do these arenas and everything like that, like when I did the Hollywood Bowl, I had this giant backdrop that was probably 30 by 20 feet behind me that was like me and him when I was like a baby and everything. Just because I was like, this was the first iconic moment in my life that I was like, I really wish he could have been here to see this. Like I pray to him before every show. Nothing super, super deep, but just, wishing me luck, and I wish he could see every show that I do and everything. He's the one person I really would have liked to have like known that I made him proud.
Right.
So it's more him than my dad, I suppose.
Shoot your shot on Prize Picks and get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. That's right. Prize Picks now is giving you $50 in lineups when you sign up and play your first $5. Prize Picks makes every dunk, every dime, every board that much more exciting. So don't miss a chance to get started on America's #1 app for sports picks. Football season was fantastic, but it's time to shift gears to basketball. Trade deadline was exciting. You know I'm rocking with LA and my guys LeBron and Luka. More points, more threes, more rebounds, more. New feature alert. Prize Picks now have early payouts. If your lineup gets off to a hot start, you may now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. Prize Picks is simple to play. Just download the Prize Picks app today. Use code Shannon to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code Shannon to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. You mentioned that he used to give you money. Is that all you ever wanted to do? Did you play sports, or you always like, you know what, this is my calling, I want to be a comedian?
No, I wanted to play sports for sure. I played sports in high school.
Okay.
Football was my favorite for sure. Of course I had dreams of like, let's go D1, play for Ohio State, and then we'll see if we can go
to the NFL.
And then, bro, I went to the Ohio State Michigan game this year in Michigan, and I'm on the sidelines with the players, and I'm like, I was never gonna go D1, bro. I'm 12 years older than these people, and I'm still like, I can't wait to be like you when I grow up. They're gigantic. The kicker's like 6'4". I was like, this was never a possibility, man. I wanted to so bad. I have such a passion for sports. And since getting older, I've adapted new like physical hobbies and sports and everything. I love boxing now and everything. I try to keep myself as physically fit as possible because I miss, that's the only thing I miss about school was sports, man. Yeah. Even when I moved out to LA, I was doing like their like communal flag football leagues and shit like that, racking up MVP and everything, just showing out on a Tuesday night.
So who are you? Were you Tom Brady? You Bijan Robinson, Christian McCaffrey? So what?
Oh, I'm going deep, man. I was receiver, corner,
you were
kick,
receiver.
return. I loved it, man.
You JSN and Chase.
Yeah, bro. I'm multifaceted, baby. I miss it so much. I definitely have like that Uncle Rico syndrome now. Like I forget that I'm 30.
Right.
And I'm like, no, I can still put up a 4.7. Let's find some turf.
Did you think your dad, your grandfather, you think he knew that was your calling, that being a comedian? Because you said he started taking you to the Funny Bone in Columbus you're 15. That's a prodigy.
Thank you for saying that. There is a part of me that thinks that's possible in a really weird way. I mean, he definitely believed in me. Like, I found out what comedy was because I would go stay with my grandpa every single weekend from the time that I can remember.
Okay.
So we would watch like Adam Sandler movies, David Spade, Rob Schneider, Jim Carrey, Robin Williams, like all these great comedians who turned actors as well. And it's like that's kind of what instilled like a sense of humor in me. My grandpa was also very funny, so he thought I was hilarious. Like that's definitely what gave me the confidence to try to make other people laugh.
Yes.
And I have a tattoo of his handwriting that I found on a photo after he passed away. He had nicknames for all his grandkids, like as soon as they were born. Right. As soon as they're born, within the first couple months, he has a nickname for all of them. My sister's like Chip or something like that. My cousins got one. My other cousins got one. My nieces, his great grandkids have one. And for some reason, he chose Hollywood. Really? No idea why. This was before.
Of all the nicknames he could have given you.
It could have been anything.
You're in Midwest Ohio, and he said, this is Hollywood.
Never even been to California. Nobody in my family ever has. And for some reason, they picked that name. So that's an odd manifestation, I suppose. But he was always very supportive. Like I still have some of his voicemails in my phone, and every now and then I'll go back and listen to one, and I'd say most of them are checking in, like, how was the show last night? Did that new joke work? How'd your audition go? I hope you get this part. Like, he was so supportive. I think there was a part of me that really hoped that I did a lot more than he did.
Right.
Yeah, I made the most out of this.
I think the thing is that when you look at, and you mentioned Chappelle, Eddie Murphy, Jim Carrey, Pete Davidson, Seth Rogen, all these guys started as teenagers. Most of the time, comedians get started in their 20s. Sometimes they don't get started until their 30s. And here you are, reaching out to DL. Hey, bro, I hear you coming to Columbus Funny Bone. I'm a comedian. I'm 15 years of age. Let your boy get up there and open for you.
Of course.
Do something. Did you at what point in time did you realize that, you know what? My way out of Ohio is comedy. I'm not going to Ohio State. As a matter of fact, I'm not going.
Did not have the grades. I was going to go to Ohio Dominion, maybe. Ohio Dominican, maybe. I had just went to LA for the first time, but I had a manager out of a comedy club in Atlanta where I lived in Atlanta.
You lived in A?
Yeah, my junior year, the summer between my junior year and senior year.
Okay.
I had a manager down there who owned the Uptown Comedy
Comedy Club.
Yeah,
right?
you know Uptown?
Absolutely.
Shut up.
Yes.
Oh, man, so you know what I went through. It's like, you gotta earn your props at Uptown. Like, they don't give you
No, hell no.
shit,
They'll boo the hell out you.
They'll boo you, take the car keys out, jingle the car keys
Yes,
at you.
won't say a word. You be like,
they don't care.
This all you got?
Bro, they don't care that you're 15 and white. They're
Hell
like, we
nah.
paid for the ticket, or we got them for free at Lenox Mall because I passed them out. That was where I really got my chops. And he obviously wanted the best for me and wanted me to grow as a client of his. So he had taken me out to LA for the first time to like see the Comedy Store, see the Laugh Factory, do Chocolate Sundays, do Monday Rays with D-Ray.
Okay.
And that's how he and I became really good friends. And then after that trip there, I went back to Ohio after, and I was like, that's what I want to do. Like, I want to move to LA. And I took another flight out there. And I took it's like the California proficiency exam, which in Ohio, you have to have like amount of credits to graduate high school.
Right.
And in Cali, I guess you can just take a test that says like you learned everything you need to learn. Went out there, took the test, passed it. And then I went back to Ohio, showed my principal, and he was like, I guess you don't have to go to school anymore then. And then I moved out to LA like 2 weeks later. So I graduated early, I suppose. I don't have a diploma or anything, but.
You don't get a diploma?
No. It's like an equivalency to, a GED, I suppose.
Okay.
Yeah. But didn't need it, thank God. The best decision I ever made was not go to college.
When I mentioned these young comedians, Chappelle, Murphy, Rogan, Davidson, Carey, did you study any of those guys coming up, or you kind of charted your own?
No, Chappelle was my guy. Like him and Dane Cook were like the epitome of what I wanted to be as a comedian growing up. This was when like Dane was taking over the world.
Yes. Chappelle
was in like the heat of Chappelle's show. I was addicted to those guys. It's all I would watch.
Okay.
Was either Chappelle show and his early stand-up, or even Block Party I was obsessed with. And then like Dane Cook's like Comedy Central specials and everything. I watched that stuff like religiously. And then that's when my mom won tickets on the radio to see Dane at Nationwide Arena. She took me to see that, and that like changed everything. That's when I was like, okay, now I kind of get what stand-up is, and I want to do this. And then last year I got a chance to go play Nationwide Arena and actually broke the record for like most tickets ever sold there. And I had Dane come back and open for me. It was like such a cool full circle moment, man. It was unbelievable. He brought this email printed out that I didn't even remember writing until I reread it. It was this whole email printed out being like, hey, my name's Matt. It was like his fan mail email address. Yeah. Hey, my name's Matt. I'm like a 15-year-old comedian. Same thing as I did with DL. And I was like, I'm a big fan of yours. I just didn't know if maybe you could take me under your wing and mentor me. I really want to be just like you when I grow up. It was the most like charmingly naive email you could have sent to somebody. He held on to it after all these years. Wow. It was unbelievable, man. I couldn't believe that. It was the coolest full circle moment.
Do you remember the first joke that you told and became hooked?
Oh, first joke and got hooked.
Or were you like a class clown in school? Did you make jokes in school? So that's why you didn't do well in school, because you was bullshitting.
Well, what pissed him off is I did do well in school, but I was still around. That was what pissed him off the most.
Right,
I spent a lot of time being sent out to the hallway, a lot of time in detention. We used to have up to like 6-hour detentions. So you'd be
That's the whole while you in school.
Yeah, you get up.
So you had ISS then? In school suspension?
No, that's happening during the day. After school, what was that? What did they used to call it? It was like an all-nighter or something like that, where everybody gets out of school at 2:30 high school. You'd be there till 8:30 at night, and then you have to go home and just go right to bed, man. It was awful. I had so many of those. I was so sick of school, but I couldn't help but make it fun, man. I was so bored.
you get on stage, you go to the comedy. So where did you perform? Were you at like a talent show where you did your comedy stuff?
I did do a talent show.
You did?
In 7th grade. This was another weird, I guess, coincidence. In 7th grade, I remember I just started watching these comedy specials and falling in love with Chappelle and everything. And I sit down in homeroom in 7th grade next to my friend Amanda. And for some reason, she asks me, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I was like, I think I want to be a comedian. And I'm telling you, on cue, my teacher comes in and says, hey, everybody, I'm putting a sheet on the wall. We're doing a school talent show. And Amanda was like, you got to do comedy. And I signed up. I ate the biggest dick possible. It was terrible. It was terrible, terrible, terrible. I did like a bunch of impressions of teachers and a bunch of terrible jokes of what I thought was material. It was awful, but that was like my first actual performance. And then I started real stand-up like a year later after that.
At the start of every new year, I set my goals. I tell myself this year I'm eating right, I'm working out, I'm working hard, staying on track. Then the reality hits. Work, travel, cravings, distractions. Life just loves to test your focus. I've been there. I've fallen off, but I don't stay down because Amazon helps bring me back up every time. Amazon is here to make sticking to your goals easier. From healthy snacks I need to workout gear I like to have on hand. All of my everyday essentials are available to purchase in one place. Not to mention, I can get it delivered fast so I don't have to worry about making a trip to the store and adding to my already busy schedule. Great prices, no running around, no extra hassle. Now that's convenient. So when life tries to steer you off track, Amazon can help get you back to the plan, focus on your goals, and stay on your grind. Save every day with essentials from Amazon. So when you started, was your grandfather your audience? Was your mom your audience? Were your friend your audience? So who was the first people to ever hear Matt Rife tell a joke?
Probably my grandpa. I spent so much time with him and I was like so free and confident. And like I said, like he thought I was the funniest person in the world. So I used to love to try to make him laugh. And then that kind of moved back to like, okay, now I'm going back home with my parents. I'll try some of that on them. It'd work on my mom, not on my stepdad at all. My sisters weren't trying to hear it.
Right.
And then it moved into school. But once I started doing like comedy clubs, I never really performed for like people my own age. Like my material ever since I was 15, 16 was always, I was never like, homework is crazy. I was always like, man, teachers are crazy. It was always a little bit more adult skewing, which I think helped the transition a little bit. Cause I remember Nick Cannon was telling me he had a hard time switching from like being a teenage performer, to now being an adult. And that happens around age 21. You can get away with being 19, 20, and people are like, okay, this is kind of like
kind of cute.
This is kind of cute, but at 21, people are like, nah, I paid for the ticket. Like you gotta be funny now.
Right.
So I think that helped with that transition a little bit, is that I never really like catered my set young or anything.
Right. So with writing kind of a teen, obviously you can't do a whole lot of cursing. You got to do...
I did. I cursed a lot, man.
At 15, 16, 17, you cursed?
My parents didn't care at all, man. Not at all. It was a lot of freedom in it, which I curse all the time, man. It's such a problem. I cuss all the time. It doesn't even occur to me that I'm like swearing at all. It's just...
Is this an on-stage problem, or this is a real life, like actually I'm having a conversation?
It's all the time. I've been trying so hard not to curse as much in this. And I know I can, but I'll say like it's the word like it's all the time, man. I've been trying to work on it. I know it's improper.
So when you first, who wrote your first set? So did you have an idea of what comedy was, or did you go like, you know what, I'm just gonna wing it. I'm gonna tell this joke, I'm gonna tell that joke, or are you writing?
I was writing, but I didn't know what a set was.
Okay.
So these open mics I was going to was usually 5 minutes.
Yes.
So I had no idea about what writing a set was. So the first probably 3 months I was going, so you can imagine it's the first probably 12 times. I'm going once a week. I was doing a new 5 minutes every single show. And I mean, most of it wasn't good, but every now and then I would get some big laughs, and that's what kind of kept it addicting. But it wasn't until a comic pulled me aside and was like, are you working on any of these jokes? And I was like, what do you mean work on? Like, don't you just go up there and say them, and then the next time try something else? He was like, no, you're supposed to like formulate a set, and then you can build on top of that, craft it. Like, going home and working on the jokes is the job.
Yes.
It's not just the performance. The performance is the reward.
Right.
And so that today is still my favorite part about it. There's nothing more exciting than getting that spark of a new piece of material, a new idea, a new premise, and then going home and being like, I know how to make this better. It's so rewarding, man. It's the most addicting part to it.
It's like bakers say the first time you bake something is not the best time. You bake it over and over and over.
Interesting.
So you tell a joke, the first time you tell it, it's not going to be the best time. You refine that joke.
Yes.
And over time, it gets better and better. And you say, what? This is the finished product that I'm going to present to you.
Exactly. The only problem with that is eventually it feels repetitive. Eventually you end up performing the joke. Depending on how many shows you do. Like, I think Chris Rock said you're supposed to run a set like, I hope I'm not misquoting this. This is what I heard from somebody else quoting him. Is like, you want to run the set like 300 times before recording it for a special.
Really?
And that's a lot, man. I mean, and we do that many shows, but there's times that I'm like, I don't feel like telling this joke at all, but it crushes. The audience loves this bit. So now you're not really, it's not as exciting to tell it the same, but part of the job is you got to perform it. You got to tell it like it's the first time every time.
But you know, Matt, the thing is like when old comedians, you could tell a joke over and over. I could tell a joke in, say I tell a joke in Tampa. I could tell that joke in Jacksonville. I could tell that joke in Miami. I could tell that joke in Atlanta. And nobody would have heard it. But now, I don't know if you have that like Chappelle. Chappelle have that zip bag. He gonna put your phone in there and you're not gonna hear this joke.
We only do it for some. I try not to do it because people hate it. People complain.
Can't like, be without their phone, man.
They can't
what if my kids call?
Yeah, what if there's an emergency? They'll be fine. Crack the window in the car. They'll be all right. It's so annoying because it does make for the best show. It makes people be so attentive. They can't even think about checking their phone to check the time or check the notifications or whatever.
You're right.
It is 100% of the time the better show, but I try not to have to do it unless it's a recording of some time. But we do have a no phone policy at the show. Yeah. We announce it 100 times. It's all over the jumbotrons. Do not have your phones out or we will
and you look at the audience and somebody is.
Happens all the time. Happens all the time. And I have little cues on stage that I'll do. My security knows that like I can see somebody with their phone out right now. And you got to go, man. Just follow the rule. Just be present.
So you kick them out?
Yeah. I can't trust you, man.
Right.
People record the show, they bootleg it, they try to post something out of context. And also, without the get you aspect, like I'm working on a show. I'm building it every show. I'm trying to change it. I don't want you posting the B- version of the joke before I get to film it for Netflix and it's the A+ version of it. Now you're not as excited.
Right.
So it's just about privacy and respect and respecting yourself as well. You saved up money for a babysitter. You paid for parking. You came in here and bought drinks, bought the tickets. Like, just be here at the thing. Be with me. Be in this environment. It's much more exciting.
Did you ever forget a line? When you first started? Obviously now you're a full-time pro. Did you ever forget a line? Like, damn.
My first time. The first time I was probably 2.5 minutes in, and I gotta find the footage because I know it's out there somewhere. Well, I remember saying like, "Oh shit," I'm kind of freezing up right now, and the audience. This was the perk of being 15. It's like they weren't really gonna boo you with the Columbus Funny Bone. I remember it was just some old black lady just goes, "You got it, baby, you got it," and I was like, that got a big laugh from everybody, and then that kind of helped me get back into it. But yeah, I froze up. I didn't really know what like memorizing a set was like. I was just kind of going up there and winging it. So it definitely happens.
So when you started that, so you're like, okay, I got 5 minutes, I got 10 minutes, I got 15 minutes. And so you're like, okay.
I swallowed that bug, by the way. I forgot it was in there.
So you're like, okay, I got 5 minutes, I got 10 minutes, I got 15 minutes. And you're like, okay, I'm gonna go, here's step, here's 1 beat, here's 2 beats, here's 3 beats. Is that how you did it? Or you just went, because some people, Marlon Wayans says, I don't write down nothing. I'm just going up on stage and I'm winging the whole thing.
I'll make a set list. I'll be like, I can bullet point a joke 1 through, let's call it 12 or something like that. But I definitely don't go up there and I'm not as meticulous with like word for word. I end up memorizing it that way once I'm up there just via repetition. But like, no, I want to be loose. I want to be free when I get up there. I had to do this video the other day. Live Nation wanted to know like my routine beforehand. Like, where do you write down your set? What's your motivation when you get up there? And I'm like, I'm not like sitting in a float tank for 30 minutes before my show playing tranquil music and everything, lighting candles. I'm back there. I just play some music. I'm hanging out with my boys that open for me. Like I want to be loose. Like so much of my set is they're like, hey, you're on in 5 minutes. And I'm like, oh, okay, all right, I guess we'll just go do the thing. I don't want to be stiff. I want it to feel like we're all just kind of hanging out together. Right.
You also say that I'm not Justin Bieber in all your sets. Do people think that's who you are?
In all my sets. No. That was one thing I used to compare in the very beginning. Yeah, because he was it at that time. Like, he was taking over the world when I was starting out. So
not a bad guy to get compared to.
Not a bad guy to be compared to. Wish I had that kind of success. Right. But bro, watching what he went through in like past documentaries and everything now versus kind of it's not comparative, but I can only understand the stress I've gone through over the last couple of years to then times it by 1,000 for what he went through. I have even more of a respect. Like I love his music already, but to see what he went through and how he's persevered, I know he's had his struggles and everything in the public eye, but like so much props to him. I can't imagine what it's like to be that global of a superstar.
Did you ever think that being a comedian would cause this level of stress, have this level of anxiety?
No, man. I thought it was going to be so much fun. I thought I was
just get on stage and tell jokes.
I thought I was just going to get to be silly on stage at a comedy club every weekend for the rest of my life. I didn't know, man. I used to be so stressed, and as an artist starting out, as an aspiring comedian, actor, whether you're a singer, whatever it may be, you're so anxious and you're so stressed about like, oh man, am I ever gonna make it? If I could just make it, I'll be so happy and satisfied. But that's not true. You develop new goals, new aspirations, and then you start to wonder like, can I keep it? Keeping it is harder than getting it. Anybody can get a flash in the pan. It can happen. One viral video can send you into, a moderate level of fame, but like once you get a taste of selling out arenas and hanging out with your idols, and you got enough money to buy your mom a house, your sister's houses, your grandma's houses, like that's a lifestyle you don't want to give up, man. Right. It's so addicting. I never thought it would be like this. I've by 30 years old, I've achieved 99% of my dreams.
Damn.
Yeah.
And you're not even half your life is not even gone.
I know. And it's such a blessing. Like everything I get to do from this point forward is just amazing extra credit, man. Like I feel so blessed. But it also makes me think about like how much time I have left. Like what am I going to do with the next 50 years? Like the possibilities are endless.
Is there a situation where you see yourself retiring, or you just like, you know what? As long as I can tell a joke, as long as I can entertain an audience, I don't see myself slowing down. I don't see myself stopping.
I can't see myself stopping for the pure fact that I love it so much and I don't know anything else.
Right.
Like this April will be exactly half my life that I've been doing comedy. It'll be the 15-year mark. Wow. So I haven't really known anything. Like I tell myself I want time off and how exhausted I'm on like 2 hours of sleep right now. And I can be like, oh, I'm exhausted. I take 3 days off. I feel like I fell off. I'm like, no, I got to get back to work. I have this thing I got to do. I got to do this thing over here. So I can tell myself that maybe someday I want to settle down, but maybe it's just a different pacing, or maybe it's transitioning over to acting more. Maybe I just do stand up kind of when I feel like it. Like Kevin Hart's found a wonderful balance, right?
Yes.
He'll go knock out a couple movies a year, and in the midst of that, he'll go tour, pop in and do spots, work on his set. Like that seems, I mean, it's a harder workload. Like I know he's like one of the hardest working people on earth, but it feels like it's a more exciting balance. He's not he's not totally consumed in touring, which is what I've been for the last
because that's a lot of
years,
travel.
Man.
At least like you're on location, you're in one spot.
Yes.
When you tour, you're in Jacksonville, you're in Miami, you're in Orlando, you're in Atlanta. Yeah.
I'm so sick of planes, man. If I can drive 6 hours, I'll avoid flying.
Really?
I would rather drive 6 or 7 hours than I would fly for 2 hours. I really would.
So I mean, you got a tour bus. Do you and the homies hop on the bus and y'all chill?
We did the tour bus in 2024, and it was so much fun, but it almost killed me, bro. Because we were doing 2 shows a night, 6 nights a week, with meet and greets after each show as well.
Wow.
So we were doing like 40 to 50 shows a month for like 9 months straight. And it got to the point where like you get done with the last show at midnight, 12:30, then you got a meet and greet till 1:15.
Are you cutting off the meet and greet? So you got 100 in the meet and greet? You got 250 in the meet and greet?
I think we did 50 per show, I think it was.
Okay, that's
but,
manageable.
And as amazing it is to get to meet your fans and everything and hear their stories and all that, it's like doing another show because you got to be on. You want to be present. You can't.
How you doing? Where you from?
Yeah, you can't be the guy just being like, all right, get in here for the picture.
Yeah,
even though you might feel that way, but like they pay for the experience.
Exactly.
Now, these are people that love you the most, you know.
Yes.
But then you get done with that at 1:30, and now you get to go back to the bus. Now you get to like light one up with your boys. And now you want to just enjoy yourself and decompress.
So in other words, you're not going to bed to 4 o'clock now?
4, 5, 6 o'clock, get up at 2, walk to whatever like the local gym is there, and then now you got to go back inside for show number 1. I was seeing daylight for like 30 minutes a day for 9 months in a row. It fucked my sleep up so much, man.
Wow.
Yeah, I had to cancel some shows in Indiana one time because I literally I couldn't walk. I went 5 days in a row without a single minute of sleep. Just couldn't do it. I couldn't perform. Had to go to the hospital and everything. Had to cancel.
Oh my goodness.
They were so mad. They were so, because it was like night of the show. Like people were getting sat. I'm heading to the venue, almost fell over in the bushes because like I couldn't see, couldn't walk straight and everything. And I got there and they're like, yeah, you're exhausted.
Yes, exhausted.
Went and saw some sleep doctors. They ran some tests and everything. And they're like, yeah, you know how like your circadian rhythm is kind of what helps you find your sleep patterns and
Yes.
everything. They're like, you don't have a bad circadian rhythm. You don't even have one. Like your sleep schedule is so, your body has no idea when it's supposed to fall asleep. And I'm still struggling with that. I've had it my whole life, but that definitely like sent me over the edge.
Definitely doesn't help.
But I also don't know how to not be that busy. Like I would rather be exhausted from work than sitting around being bored.
You mentioned DL, like your first start, you got DL was coming to the Columbus Funny Bone and you reached out to him and he put you on. I think you have a story with Mike Epps. What's some of the best advice? Because DL has been at this thing 30, 40 years. Mike Epps been at this thing 25, 30 years. What's some of the best advice these guys giving you?
Some of the best advice I've ever been given is, not to quote Nike, but like just do it.
Yes.
Like sometimes you'll have an idea of a piece of content you want to film, maybe it's a script idea or just a joke idea. You run it by a friend and they'll be like, I don't get it. And you're like, now you find yourself arguing why you don't get it. Like, no, I'm trying to convince you it's this. And they're like, just stop. My friend Eric Griffin told me, he was like, stop trying to convince me. Just do it.
Right.
Like go on stage or go film the thing that you have an idea for. Nobody else is inside your brain. Nobody can picture and visualize exactly what you're trying to create, which is exactly why they're not in your shoes.
Right,
so
correct.
you have to go show them and go do it. You got to gamble on yourself. If you're not committed to your own decisions, why would anybody trust them in the first place?
Right.
So I mean, I believe in just betting on yourself. And what's another good piece of advice somebody's given? Ralphie May used to tell me not to wear cool shoes on. He used to tell me, he was like, yeah, it's distracting from what people are trying to say. I'm like, you're 400 pounds. You don't think people are distracted by what you're saying right now? He was a little wrong on that one, but he was a cool dude. You ever get a chance to meet him?
I have not met Ralphie, but I hear great stories about him.
The best guy. He was like my first real mentor. Like he took me on my first theater tour when I was 19. I used every bit of that check to pay for my teeth to get done immediately. He was the best. Even when I was still living in Ohio, he would let me drive down from Ohio to Nashville where he lived and do his Christmas shows with him at Zany's so that he could pay me some money so I could go back to Ohio and buy my family Christmas presents with him. Wow. He was the nicest guy. When I moved to LA, he'd take me out to lunch and he'd make me order like 5 meals. And I'm like, is this for me or for you? And he was like, no, this is yours. If you order 5 meals now, you get to take the leftovers home with you.
Right.
And now you don't got to buy groceries this week. Wow. He was the nicest guy, man. Fat as
Yeah.
Man, because I'm sleeping middle bunk on the bus, and he will walk by, open the curtain, fart in the bunk, and then go back to his room. Diabolical, man. But the greatest guy.
Yeah. You mentioned that the Uptown Comedy store in Atlanta, Uptown Comedy Club in Atlanta. How did the Atlanta scene? Because, man, you know, I think as a comedian, you have to be able to branch off. You have to be able to get black people to laugh, white people to laugh, young people to laugh, men to laugh, women to laugh. It doesn't matter because funny is funny.
Yeah.
And you have to, and so you coming up and they looking at this, man, that young ass white kid, they try to make me laugh. Because we laugh differently.
Of course. It's more fulfilling to get black people to laugh, I gotta say.
Because white people laugh.
Yes.
Black people, no!
Yeah. Ow. God damn it, Shannon.
That's how we laugh. We all,
It's
man,
so
we stand on top.
It's the best, man. But when y'all don't with us, you don't with us. There's no pity laughter. Boo from the back. They don't care, man. It's so fulfilling.
We don't.
So to get to like grow up in comedy in that kind of do or die environment, it definitely helped me like carve my chops. Like had I not done that, I never could have done Wild 'N Out.
Right.
Like Atlanta's full of beasts, man. Like I saw Ryan Davis come on here talk about Ronnie Jordan and everything. I mean, even Special K back in the day. Like anybody who went through Def Jam at all, I opened for them in Atlanta.
Right.
So I'm open. I'm getting to open for like Def Jam crowds. In the middle of Atlanta when I'm 15, 16 years old. It was the best possible place to cut my chops, man. Had I gotten Wild 'N Out like 2 years before when I originally auditioned for it, there's no way I could have survived, man. I couldn't have hung with like Carlos Miller, Chico Bean, DC Young Fly. There's no way. Those guys are absolute beasts, man. Atlanta's an amazing comedy scene. They really don't get the credit they deserve.
Because you
Fuck
have to be
that
off the cuff.
But the comedy scene's amazing. Drive into Atlanta.
Yeah, because when you think about it, you got Quake, you got Bruce, you got Arnez J, you got what's the guy from St. Louis?
Torrey?
No, the guy that came on here.
Oh, Sid.
Sid the Entertainer was the big
Oh,
guy.
I love Sid.
Crawford.
And LaBelle Crawford. Yeah.
LaBelle.
DC Curry.
Man.
I mean, you got the heavyweights.
DC Curry, as a matter of fact, going back to Great Advice, I was open for him at the Cleveland Improv, and I was watching his show. And you know, he's a really great storyteller.
Yes.
Like, he can sit in 5 minutes of silence building up to this one big punchline. I remember going back in the green room afterwards, just so naive, and I asked him, and I was like, you know, there's so much silence in the storytelling that you're doing up there. Does it ever feel weird that does it ever feel like you're like bombing up there? Yeah. And he just started laughing to himself, and he was like, no, I'm not bombing. He was like, I've got their attention. Mm-hmm. He's like, silence is one of the most powerful things you can have in stand-up comedy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because if they're quiet, they're listening. Mm-hmm. It's when they start talking amongst themselves. It's when they start heckling. That's when you have a problem. He was like, patience and timing is what I'm building up for that one big punchline. That never really occurred to me. I thought comedy was supposed to be like, boom, boom, boom,
yes.
boom. It doesn't have to be like that. If your style is storytelling, grasp them, you know what I mean? Grab their attention, hold them for that one big moment. That's so powerful.
Because some people are storytellers. Some people, you know, 30 seconds, boom, it's gone. Some people, it take a couple of minutes in order to build up to that crescendo, and then boom.
Yeah. My set now is like a perfect mix of that. Like, I love stories. I'd say 45 minutes of my set right now is just stories. Like, I need you to follow me on that ride. I got to practice that patience and timing.
But you like that rapid fire sometimes too, that bam, bam.
And that's just for me, you know what I mean? That's where like the crowd work is kind of fun. You know what I mean? Like, that's something new and refreshing I get to do every show that's just kind of spontaneous for me, you know? Mixes up the set a little bit. Because like I said, you can get tired of your own set.
So at 17, I think if I'm not mistaken, you decided to go to LA. And your family, so how was that received? You're like, Mom, Grandpa, I'm about to be like Jed Clampett. I'm about to move to Beverly.
Jed Clampett. Wow. What a reference.
I'm about to move up out of here. I'm going to Cali. I'm going to, maybe not Beverly Hills, but I'm getting up out of Ohio.
They were so ready, man. My mom was like, one less mouth to feed. Perfect. They were so supportive because like nobody in my hometown leaves that hometown. Right. And I knew nobody in my family has also ever been to college. So there was no like expectation. It was like, okay, here's this thing that you're already kind of traveling to do. You're already making a little bit of money doing it. You're really passionate about it. We think you're good at it. So by all means, you've got some good mentors out there. I went out there, I lived on Eric Griffin's couch for the first like 6 months I was out there. And then I moved to another friend's couch. Then I moved to what's that website called? So you can go on and just find anything up for listing. Craigslist? Yes. Craigslist couch. I did the whole couch surfing thing for like 2.5, 3 years, taking the bus. Like I had to grow up so fast. I didn't know about paying bills. I didn't know about grocery
You didn't know
shopping.
anybody in LA?
I knew a couple of people, just comedians though. Just comedians I have met online or during that first trip to LA that were like, when you get out here, let me know. And I was lucky enough that they fulfilled those promises.
Wow.
Yeah, I used to just walk to either the Improv, the Comedy Store, the Laugh Factory every single night and just hang out. Like just wait and see if maybe somebody didn't show up for their spot and then somebody there would vouch for me and be like, you know, let this kid fill the 5 minutes until so-and-so gets here. And that's really how I like built up to being like, I think I'm the youngest regular performer at the Laugh Factory besides Tiffany Haddish.
Wow.
Yeah, just from hanging out and people vouching, man. It was an amazing opportunity. And just getting to hang out with everybody who I'd seen on TV and that like made me want to do this it was amazing, man.
You got some opportunities to be on Disney, but you hear these stories. A lot of these kids that on Disney, you hear them struggle not only later in life. And so why haven't that befallen you? What made you so mature that you were able to be in that you were able to be in that environment and move forward and succeed?
Well, I think it's because I didn't have my own show. I was a character on somebody else's show, and they were struggling. But I'm checking in for a day. I'm like, what the fuck is their problem? Breakfast was great this morning, man. This set has everything. You're being pretty ungrateful right now. I mean, there was just less pressure on me. I got to show up on a couple of like guest episodes on some really fun shows there. But again, that was like my first experience with television. So getting to like see what it's like to have a green room, getting to like rehearse on set, learning what table reads are and everything, learning that you can get replaced at a table read.
Damn.
Yeah, I got invited back reoccurring on this show. And after the first episode went so great, second episode, I felt so comfortable. This is like the next season. So I went back in there, didn't know my lines.
Oh my God.
In the first rehearsal of it, the director comes over and goes, hey man, if you don't memorize these lines for this network meeting we have coming up, they're gonna recast you. I went back to my green room and just studied the out of every beat, every syllable, because when the network comes in to watch it, you got to perform it. Like they want to see how it's going to be on camera. That's when I realized like how serious all of this was, and also how many pieces there are. That's why it's so hard to get work as an actor, I think, because as a comedian, you're you're in control of your own destiny to a certain extent. Like, you write your own jokes, you book yourself for gigs, you are in total control of what you can and can't do for the most part, aside from getting on television. Versus acting, it's like there's 30 people you got to get approval of to get a spot. You got the casting associate, casting director, then the producers, then the network. It's such a complicated game, which is why I think stand up has allowed me to get in the position I am now. Because like I love to work hard. I woke up every day in LA for 12 years trying to create new opportunities for myself. So when it finally did break, I'm like, I want all the work now. Like, exhaust me, man. I wanted to be this busy.
Is it a situation where, like, when you're a comedian, you write a set, you're writing that set. Compared to television, somebody else is writing a joke for you, and not necessarily you wouldn't write that joke like that. And so it's like it comes off as strange or odd because that's not the way I would have wrote that joke. And so it's kind of
it happens. It's, especially for network stuff. It's like, you know, maybe PG-13 at most. It's some of the worst writing ever. I can't tell you how many auditions I've gone on for like a network sitcom that I'm like, I'm a professional comedian and I have no idea how to make this funny. Man, this is such a terrible, terrible joke. And this person got paid 6 figures to write this joke right now. It's unbelievable. That's why, again, this job is so freeing, man. I get to just be myself. I get to just float out my sense of humor, project it out there, and God willing, people like it, man.
Did you get an opportunity to get on Comic View before it got canceled?
Yes, dude. That was my first TV credit ever, actually. Samore was hosting this season.
Okay.
I got found at the Comedy Union off of Pico.
Okay.
You know that one? Down the street from Roscoe's?
Oh, no, I don't know that. But
it's an older joint. It's closed down now. It was one of like the black clubs around LA, which was one of the very few places I could really get stage time. And I went in there, and Amber Bickham is a great casting director. She cast a lot of great shit. And she saw me in there. She's like, I want you to audition for Comic View. This is when it was just coming back. I went in. We taped in Atlanta, actually. I got a standing ovation as the closer for my episode. They filmed three comics per episode. Got a standing ovation. I think I just turned 18. And they canceled the season before my episode, so I never even got to see it.
Damn.
I know. I think Carlos Miller might be the only person who got their episode actually aired. And they saw it and they were like, nah.
Wow, that's unbelievable.
I know.
So in that situation, now you parlay that, you get Wilding Out. You're the youngest cast member so far of Wilding Out. Did you because Wilding Out is kind of different because you're like going back and forth, somebody bagging on you, you bagging on me. It's a different, so it's like.
Yeah, the pacing's up, the intensity is there. Because like I said, everybody's a beast, man.
Yes.
And you're fighting for episodes too. It's like it's literally like a team. You got a roster, right? But there's only so many starters.
Yes.
And you don't get paid unless you play either.
Yeah.
So we have these workshops for like a month before we start filming everything, and that's it's maybe like 2 weeks before. We're going through all the new games and everything, teaching everybody how to play the games, how to write for each game or whatever. And I went in there as somebody who had never really been on a TV show outside of a couple Disney episodes. I'd never done anything competitive in the comedy space either. Right. And I was so nervous. I would go in there with my hands in my pockets and super slouched over. And the producer, Niall Evans, was not having that shit. He was like, no, you got to come in here with confidence. Like that show, the workshops for that show, like kind of taught me how to like be a man. Like he used to make DC Young Fly like get in my face, like about to like hit me. Yeah. Like he was really about establishing confidence in me. Because he was like, if you can't be confident back here, how you gonna be confident in front of a live, packed out crowd, in front of all these cameras where you get one shot? And it was nerve wracking, but it definitely pulled the best out of me. It's one of those instances where like pressure makes diamonds, right? Like the pressure was such an institution for how I developed as a comedian.
Did you get turned down the first time you auditioned for the show?
Yeah, I did. It was when they first rebooted the season. Okay. This is when Carlos and Chico first got on and everything. Okay. I drove down from Ohio because they had auditions at the Uptown Comedy Club. And my manager there was able to get me an audition. I drove down, which was like 9 hours. And it was an okay audition, but didn't get it. I think Pete Davidson actually got on for that one, and then I got cast when he left as kind of his replacement. They just replaced white guy after white guy for the show.
So they were replacing the white guy with a white guy.
With a different white, because he replaced Mikey Day when he left. It was just one after another. So there was an opening, thank God. And I didn't get the first one. And once I got it when I was just turned 19, I think. Yeah. Bro, I was so barely ready at that time. You can go back and watch. Like I was terrified. Much of my stuff from episodes got cut because I didn't deliver it confidently. But I needed that. I hadn't been ready, and that's a reoccurring theme in my life where like everything happens so young for me. Even the arenas and everything. When our theater tour for the Problematic World Tour sold out in the first like 48 hours of pre-sale, we sold like 600,000 tickets in 48 hours.
Wow.
My agents were like, "Oh, we could just transfer these to arenas." And I was like, "Yo, I just started selling out comedy clubs.
Let's
I'm not ready for that. Like,
Right.
you gotta take the necessary steps. You know, I also want to experience theaters.
Right.
A comedy club show is different from a theater show. Is different from an arena show. Is different from a stadium show.
Yes.
And I wanted those life experiences. You know, if I would have jumped right into arenas, there's no way I would have been ready. I was barely ready for the theaters, but the comedy club was where I was like just starting to like kill. So it's baby steps.
I don't know. Pete got a nice little roster. I don't know your roster like Pete though.
So we done talking about comedy. You got it. Okay.
But also someone from Ohio that's really good in comedy is Gary Owen. And I
Gary's
think
a beast.
Yeah, I think early in your career they tried to compare you. Like, nah, bro, I'm mad.
Yeah, I'm a different person, and that's no shade. Gary Owen is a legend. Like that dude murders. Like no, there's very few comedians that I would not want to follow.
Right.
Gary's one of them, man. But he always has like the cachet of like. He's a white comic for black audiences only, right? He's just an urban comic or whatever that means. And I just didn't want to pigeonhole an audience. You know what I mean? Like I want to be for as many people as possible. Now, whoever finds me. If it's all black people, amazing. If it's all white people, amazing. It doesn't matter to me. Funny is just funny. But I didn't want to be pigeonholed into like, oh, he only does urban stuff, because it's so unfortunate that limits opportunities in Hollywood as well. Like Gary was great in, was it Think Like a Man?
Yes.
He was so good in that shit.
Yes.
But because a lot of Hollywood and the entertainment industry just thinks, oh, he only has a black audience, I don't know if white people will go see him. I feel like that hinders a lot of his opportunities. And I could be wrong. Gary, if I'm wrong, I apologize, but it's really what it feels like. I feel like he deserves a lot more.
I agree.
And from a young age, I just saw that and I was like, I just want to make sure I leave all the doors open that I can. But he's a beast, man.
Were you surprised by how Nick, the jokes that he would allow you to say on Wild 'N Out?
Yeah, that was my biggest problem with the show, actually. That show, everyone has their role, right? And my role was the white guy. And if you made any jokes outside of being the white guy, that shit was like not okay. Like it would either fall super flat that nobody wanted it, or it was just kind of frowned upon.
Right.
Like at a certain point, as a comedian, I want to say other shit. I want to say something kind of clever, something that I actually put some thought into, something that's not racially based. And that's all they really wanted after it. So all they ever wanted out of it. So after like 3 seasons of it, I was like, I just want to do other things, you know? This takes up so much of my time. I'm not on every episode. It doesn't pay well. I need to go tour. I need to go be me on stage. So it was a little limiting, but I mean, the exposure from it was amazing. You know, my first season on there, I mean, I bumped up thousands and thousands of followers. That allowed me to tour for the very first time. So I'm so thankful for it. It was an amazing institution. It was a great opportunity and opened so many doors for me. So I'm very thankful for it.
Well, you got an opportunity to go against the 85 South crew. You got DC, you got Chico.
Bro, I want to go do that show with them so bad, man. Those are some of the most talented people I've ever met in my entire life, man.
When you look at the success of 85 South, as we mentioned those guys, are you so it strikes me as that you're not surprised at the level of success that they're enjoying?
Not at all, man. It's so well deserved. They're so talented, man. Sometimes I'll watch them just riff a freestyle song, and not only is it a good song, but it's hilarious. They're doing the instrumentals, they're doing the lyrics, they're doing the jokes all on the spot. They're so talented, man. I really do love those guys. I'm so happy for them.
Who do you think who's the funniest member of Wild 'N Out cast?
Of all time? Fuck, man. Oh, that's tough. Oh, I mean, Prime Cat was something else, man. Some people forget he was on that show. In the original seasons, Cat, Kevin Hart. But then, I mean, Carlos is up there, man. Carlos is a brilliant comedian, man. It's got to be one of those three, I think. Do you have a favorite?
Probably Cat.
Probably Cat?
Probably Cat or Los. Because the thing is that...
Did you see his new special? Cat Williams?
Yeah, I did. I watched it.
Okay, good.
And you know what the thing is that for those guys, I mean, it's just like this. It's just because you're on cue. And like for a comedian, like if I'm telling a set is one thing, but to just go back and forth.
You got to grow up with it. You really do. If you don't got black friends, you're not gonna laugh at my show. There ain't no way, man. Because white people don't do it. They call it bullying.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating, man.
We call it Jordan. We go back and forth. I went to an HBCU, and so we go into the student center. If you didn't have thick skin and you went to an HBCU, you're gonna end up leaving. You're gonna end up going to a PWI.
PWI.
Yeah. Because that ain't for you. Because we talk. You've been around black people. We talk different to one another than where you guys communicate with one another.
Oh, of course.
And so we bring that right to you. Oh well, you round us, so you will get this too.
Which is why black people are always the more fun comedy audience, man. Y'all know what jokes are.
Yes.
The context is everything, man. You realize it's not a personal attack.
No, it's absolutely
I'm just saying
not.
the funniest possible. The more I Jones on you, the more I with you, the more I try to hurt your feelings, the more I actually with you. Like I genuinely love you as a person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so frustrating that white people don't get that.
Yeah.
It's so annoying.
They take it personally, like you bullying him.
Yeah, it's so we're so sensitive. It drives me insane. If I ever get a complaint for any of my material, it's a white person. 100% of the time. 100% of the time.
The pay. You mentioned that they didn't pay a whole lot on Wild 'N Out. So what you get? 250, 300 an episode?
It's $1,000 an episode. But if you on 3 episodes a season.
That's right. What can I do?
And by the way, you can't go do other shit. You taping for a couple of weeks, so you making. Don't hear now. It's all perspective, right? So I'm making $3,000 for over the course of a month, which don't get me wrong, that's not bad. People pay their bills on that all the time. It's more, I imagine that's more than minimum wage, but you can't go do anything else. When I could be going touring, I could be auditioning for other things that are gonna pay more. So it's just it's an investment, it's a gamble. You gotta hope you're on these episodes. So it's not, it's not $9 an hour or anything, but in comparison to what touring pays or what other TV shows pay, it is very little. And then you got taxes on top of that, so it ends up being $300 an episode.
Yeah. So in other words, it's about you going Wild 'N Out is really about the exposure. You're giving you're giving people an opportunity to see Matt.
Yeah.
To see like, you know what? This dude is really funny. If he ever toured, I got to see him because I want to see what he really like. Because I see he can go back and forth, and he can joan, and he got the gift of gab, and he's quick with it.
Yeah.
So if he got a set, he can do something 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I want to see him.
Yeah, it's more of a launching pad than anything else. The exposure for there is unmatched, man. What are they on season 26 or something like that? That's not off luck. Like they have an audience. People love the show. People love the people from the show. We all tour together. As soon as you leave the show, it's like we'll go do shows on the road, 5, 6 cast members at a time, sell out these big theaters, sometimes in an arena. Like people love the show, dude. It's awesome.
You mentioned that when you started Wild 'N Out, you ended up the first thing you did is bought some new teeth.
Yeah, man. After my first season, oh, bro, it was in between seasons, and Ralphie May took me on tour. I couldn't wait to get my teeth fixed, man. I had Ohio teeth, bro. It was bad. I had them stray hands, man. It was, man. Bro, it was bad, bro. It changed everything for me, man. Because I had a beautiful 30-year-old girlfriend at this time. I'm 19 years old. I got these terrible teeth. I was like, I got to give her a reason to stay. Because it's not the money, for sure. It ain't the dick. There ain't no way. There ain't no way. She's 30.
Yeah.
There's no way.
You said you would rather have died than smile.
Yeah, man. So I'm still really bad at smiling in photos. I just didn't.
But you got the grill now. You good.
I know, but I don't know how to smile. I feel like I look weird in photos when I smile with my teeth out because I didn't grow up doing it. I didn't have the practice of doing it.
So how long you had the teeth?
I got them when I was 19, so 11 years now.
Well, you good now.
I try.
Because you normally talk when you got something, you got a missing tooth on the side, you got a cavity or gap.
You got the Jack Hughes.
Yeah, you talking like this. Man, go ahead on with that, man. Because the thing is, as a comedian, the one thing, and you bag on people, the one thing you cannot have any imperfection.
Oh, bro, are you kidding me?
God, if they go to get you.
Oh, if you got something? Oh,
man, go ahead on, jack-o'-lantern. They call you jack-o'-lantern.
All of it. All right, relax. Okay. All right, no more cognac. No more cognac for Shannon. That's enough.
So when you got, why did you say, you know what? If I ever, because I said the same thing. If I ever get me some money, or I'm going to get my mouth fixed. Y'all ain't fit to be ragged because I'm all in people face joning, talking about people, and they say call you snagger puss or jack-o'-lantern, and you feel it some type of way. So I'm like, I'm going to get me some teeth. Is that how you thought about it?
It was more just a confidence thing, man. Like I knew they were up, and I know how important teeth are. When you meet somebody, you look at eyes and teeth.
Yes.
The two most important things. And I was just so insecure about it. I know there was nothing wrong. Like you don't gotta have a perfect smile. You can be a wonderful person. People are still gonna like you. But I knew the career that I wanted to have. And by the way, I checked into getting braces first because I just couldn't afford braces growing up. So I looked into that.
So
first.
you want straight gap teeth?
Yes, that would have been great. That would have saved me tens of thousands of dollars.
Yes.
But they told me, they were like, you're gonna have braces for like 6 years. I was like, I am not about to be in my early 20s with braces on. I wouldn't get laid ever. Are you crazy? My teeth were like, I think they were like $24,000.
Yeah.
So I paid half up front, and then I had payments for the next like 3 years, which was terrifying to miss a payment.
Yeah.
The dentist's gonna show up with some.
Well, you can't take them out. They're like, oh, y'all stuck. Y'all.
Yeah, man. Bro,
I missed them.
I could have bought 2 pairs of fake titties with these teeth. It's unbelievable. I got a Honda Accord in my mouth, man. It's unbelievable.
But how do you feel about people saying that, man, you've had other work done?
Oh.
They ain't just fake teeth.
Bro,
You done had some jawline. You done had some Botox.
The funniest thing in the entire world, man. Ugly people love to say that. It's the funny. So you just get better looking as you get older. Okay, yeah. Not everybody peaked in high school, man. I don't know what it's so funny, and it happened the weirdest way because when I first started to get famous, everybody's first thing was like, oh, he's not funny. People just like him because of how he looks or whatever. And then that caught on to being like, okay, I guess he's a good-looking comedian. And then people were like, nah, I don't like that. So now we have to find some way to make him not good-looking. Right. So now I've had plastic surgery. I look the same. Right. I look exactly the same.
People do age.
People do age. And I feel like I'm aging well. I like to think so. But just work out, man. Take care of yourself.
Well, you see what's going on now. Now Jim Carrey's gotten cloned.
Bro, here, I don't know, man. That shit looks weird.
On, man.
No, listen to me.
Man.
Listen to me, man. That shit, it looks weird. It don't look weird to you?
The man got cloned.
I don't know about that, but his eye color's different. His nose is different. Face is wider. The one I would believe more than him, you see Britney Spears? You seen her videos? How'd she get a gap in her teeth? She never had that before.
Yeah, I don't know why.
They gave her my teeth? That shit's so weird to me, man. I listen, I don't know. I've never been invited to any Diddy parties. I've never been invited to any Illuminati parties. I don't know how it goes. I don't know what the weird conspiracies are in Hollywood. I'm so far out of the loop. I'm kind of mad.
Right.
I thought I was doing well. I haven't been invited to anything.
So how did it feel? Because you went from this, like, I'm sure you was kind of somewhat popular, but now you got teeth and people look like
you got teeth and
yeah, they'll be like, well, damn, Matt ain't too bad. Now that I look at him, I'm looking at him. The women, cause now you're a ladies guy.
Oh, well, that's very kind of you to say.
Yeah, you know it. Cause they're like, I don't know who rostered Matt or Pete. I think Matt might have Usain bolted.
Usain bolted. It's an amazing fan base to have. Women and black people are the best fan bases you could possibly have.
They gonna spin and come.
There's so much passion, man. Like if there's support, there's support.
Absolutely.
Man. It's like in the beginning, I used to think I had to stand up for that. People would be like, "Oh, he's just like a girls' comedian. Only girls like him." And I used to not understand it. So I was coming from a place of ego, being like, "No, I'm for everybody." Right. Like guys like me too. I used to get defensive about it and deny it, not realizing it was like the biggest possible compliment.
Yep.
Like somebody took something I said out of context on a podcast one time in the very beginning of everything blowing up when they were asking about all my female fans and everything. Mm-hmm. And the way I responded was incorrect verbiage. I had said something like, "I hate it," right. which wasn't right. I was trying to describe the energy at these shows because I was doing smaller theaters in the midst of everything, at the midst of like the mania of like when I first blew up, and like the whole crowd is like 80% women,
right?
And they're screaming like boy band shit throughout the whole show. I literally couldn't get through the shows, like couldn't finish a joke. People are screaming, standing up, trying to get attention, and at that time I'm like, I'm trying to build a set. Right. I have a Netflix special I have to go film. Like I really have to work. I'm trying to be a performer right now and an artist and work on this. And I can't deal with this distraction right now. So at the time it was just frustrating.
Right.
It wasn't that I had a problem with the fan base. I was just like, just sit and listen, and I promise you we'll have a good time.
Right.
But I had misspoken in a podcast. It got taken out of context, and people thought I was like complaining about having a female fan base. It's the best fan base to have.
They spin.
Just chill and laugh. That's all.
Do you see all the shoes and the handbags they got? If they like something, they gonna spend.
Bro, they'll be sitting next to their husband being like, Matt Rife is my hall pass on a shirt. And I'm like, you just gonna bring your cuck husband to the show? who, by the way, paid for your ticket, probably. He's furious. Now he's sitting there.
He'll swallow you. He ain't funny.
Furious about it, man. But it's the most fun fan base, man. They're not uptight. They're so supportive. They give the best energy.
Right.
I hate that they got twisted at a Misconception.
You was also on NBC Bring the Funny with Ali Sadiq.
Oh, Ali, yeah.
He's great. I had Ali.
Dude, he's so smooth, man. He's another one of those people like a DC Curry where like he can sit in some silence and telling a story.
Yes.
He can sit there, take 2-3 minutes and then just bang.
Right.
He's an amazing writer, man. I met him through Bill Bellamy back when I was probably around the same time, 20, something like that.
Dude, storytelling. You get guys like Bill Burr, Louis C.K., Carlin. I think right now the greatest storyteller, maybe the greatest storyteller ever, is Chappelle. The way he can,
prophetic.
The way he can jump over and jump back and weave in and out and dodge.
He's the greatest of all time, man.
He's got to be. And I'm old enough to remember Pryor.
Really?
I remember Murphy. It's hard for me to say there's a comedian better than Chappelle right now, ever.
I can't see it, man. He's from about 45 minutes south of me in Ohio. I grew up, and my friends and I used to joke around, like, well, we just drove down there and just happened to run into him. Like, oh, that never happened. Then you go to Yellow Springs. He is just around town. He's just walking down the sidewalk.
Yeah.
It's so crazy that somebody who went from being my favorite comedian of all time has become like an actual like friend and mentor. Like he's given me so much good advice, not just stand-up wise, like business wise and everything. He's trying to point me in the right direction. He's somebody I'll call if I have any questions or want any advice on like how to navigate a certain subject or how to navigate something in the public eye. Like, you know, what should I mean, it's ultimately up to you, but like, you know, when you want somebody's advice on like, should I stand on something? Do I give in? How long do you play the game? How much do you be yourself?
Right.
He's somebody who sacrificed everything for what was important to him.
Yes.
Came back and then still beat the game.
Yes.
So I mean, there's nobody's opinion I respect more. And that's what, man, there's nothing, I love when like another comedian will give me shit or like certain comedians won't like me or whatever. It's like Dave Chappelle loves to watch my set. Like I'll go do a set with him and he'll come back with notes after being like, I love this. I think maybe you should move this to the end, move this up here. And I'm like, man, you actually cared enough to watch? Wow. He's the nicest person I've ever met, man. And to get the approval of somebody you respect so much, like that's what matters, man.
I think the thing that makes Chappelle so great is that what they tried to take away from him, he didn't value. See, they can only counsel you if you value something that they think you value it.
Absolutely.
They tried to take Hollywood. He didn't never value that. And so he's like, okay, I'll go away. I'll do my own thing. He'll list something, I'm going to be here. And it's sold out in a minute.
Absolutely. He doesn't care, man. He took all the power. He realized the power is in what you stand for, and the power is in the love of your fans, man. And nobody can take that from it. And he can talk about anything.
Right.
The way he can spin any topic into a 20-minute rant that's just hilarious, can be off the cuff.
And he makes
so
you
well
think.
informed.
Oh my goodness.
He's prophetic, man. I could listen. I don't listen to a lot of podcasts, but I could just put his voice on for hours and just feel like I genuinely learned a new perspective.
Well, his specials on Netflix, if you just like, oh my goodness.
I watched Sticks and Stones 3 times in a row when it came out. And I was on the East Coast in North Carolina at the Charlotte Comedy Zone when it came out. So it came out at 3 a.m. East Coast time. I stayed up, I watched it 3 times in a row. It's my favorite special of all time. I wrote like 20 new minutes after that special. I was so inspired. Wow. It's incredible, man. He's the greatest of all time.
What do you think the biggest difference is in production? Let's say from black production when you're dealing with Wilding Out versus the NBC production, Bring the Funny. Do you notice the difference in how writers write?
I would say it's just the limitations, really, because you're on network TV.
Yeah, okay.
Right. MTV, you can get away with a lot of saying. You can get away with saying a lot because they can bleep things. They do a lot of edits. But network, a lot of it has to be under PG-13, and that was a weird competition too because it was like comedians versus like magicians versus sketch comedy groups versus like musical acts.
Right.
It was kind of an incomparable competition, but it was. Again, great exposure. When that show had finished, I made it to the semifinals for that one. And when that had finished in end of 2019, I was like selling some really great tickets in comedy clubs. I had some really exciting momentum in my career. Right. And then COVID happened and shut all that shit down. But I had a really fun experience on Bring the Funny because the night before the semifinals, they make you submit your set. like word for word, how are you going to say it to make sure network approves of it?
Wow.
And I had this set that I had submitted to them twice before, because they make you submit some in advance as well. And I had this bit that I don't even remember what it was, but they had approved it twice. And then the night before, I'm laying in bed at my hotel at Universal Studios, and they go, yeah, you can't do that joke. And I was like, I've already done all my material I can kind of do for this show. And they were like, I don't know what to tell you. So I wrote a brand new bit like the night before, having to do it on like network TV. Yeah. It ended up being a really fun bit. I really enjoyed it. It didn't get me through the rounds, but I was like very proud of myself that I could take that kind of pressure and inconvenience and like turn nothing into something.
Had that joke be allowed, that joke, you think you advanced?
It's hard to remember what the joke was at that point. I know I was confident in it for sure because I was saving it for the finals or the semifinals. So, I mean, possibly, but I believe Ali won the show, didn't he? Good for him, man. Good for him. But that was interesting. It was Jeff Foxworthy, Chrissy Teigen, and Keenan Thompson?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting panel of judges.
You ended up on TikTok. Were you surprised that what happened with TikTok, those million of views actually turned into like, damn?
Bro, yeah, because I never wanted to do it. I hate TikTok. It's the most poisonous thing on earth right now. When it was about to get banned in America, I was stoked.
You're like,
I was so excited, man. Because it's also, it's unreliable.
Right.
Like, I built an audience of, I think I'm at like 20 million followers, or like 19.7 or some shit. So, I mean, I was getting to a point where I was getting 1 million views an hour on there as soon as I posted a video. It was an explosion of exposure on there. And then little by little, it started to go away a little bit, which I'm like, that's fine. You're only something new and fancy for a little while. And then after about a year and a half went by, they just completely dropped off. I couldn't reach any of my followers for some reason. So I started hitting up TikTok. Like, they can find you a representative that works over there and everything. And they told me to my face on Zoom, they were like, yeah, we just don't push stand-up anymore. I was like, okay, so I have 20 million followers who want to see what I'm posting, and you won't let them see it. And they're like, yeah, we only push the trends that are current right now. And they said stand-up comedy was a trend on our platform, but you kind of helped spearhead it quite a bit. But they were like, it went on for much longer than it should have. Most trends only last like a month or two. And now we just don't push stand-up as a platform. And they were like, good luck. And I was like, well, how am I supposed to
so what am I do? What am I doing with the 20 million followers that I got?
Yeah, so I said, how am I supposed to reach it? What do you suggest? They said, maybe just do the trends. Like, if there's a new dance people are doing or whatever. On Zoom, I said, I'll kill myself on TikTok Live before I ever dance on TikTok. Are you crazy? They didn't find it funny at all, but I was also dead serious.
Right.
I'm not going to do that, man. Like, my stand-up is what got me this far.
Right.
Whether it be the crowd work clips or material from the special, whatever it may be. It's such a shame that I can't advise other comedians to like build an audience on social media, because eventually they're just going to shift the algorithm and you can't reach them anyways.
Exactly.
It's so unfortunate.
They want to keep you in place. They're not going to let you get too big now.
No.
They're not going to let you get too big.
As much as it sounds like a conspiracy, they have a knob. They have a knob. They can just turn somebody back on, or a topic or a hashtag, whatever it may be, and then that no longer gets exposure anymore. But I never wanted to do it. I don't love social media. I think it's incredibly toxic. It's not good for you as a person, for sure. But it's such a tool that we have to use now. Comedians don't just have to write jokes.
Right.
You used to just be like, man, write your 5, get on Carson, get you a sitcom.
Yeah.
Now you're good. You got to be a whole social media manager. You got to be a production team. You got to learn how to work a camera. You got to learn how to edit. You got to learn how to do sound. And it's not even for something that can last. It's incredibly unfortunate.
Matt, when you look at, you went from making 10, 15, 25 to 30, and now you making millions. Did it seem like, is this real? I'm sure when you got that first big, I'm talking about big check, you like, is this ish real? Did somebody really just send me a check for this? Man, I ain't nowhere in
I tell you, it wasn't even the larger ones that caught me off guard. I was doing Off the Hook Comedy Club in Naples, Florida. Okay. That was my first like real club headlining weekend. And usually for a weekend, if you're doing not that many tickets, your guarantee is like $1,500, right? Which is fine, but that's also your hotel, your flight, everything's included in that. And I think the check was for like $12,000. And I genuinely I took the check back to the manager and I was like, are you sure? And he was like, yeah, man, you sold tickets. Like, this is what a headliner would get for this weekend. And it blew my mind. I'd never made that money doing any like one thing in my entire life. It's been unbelievable. The money, it gives you a new freedom. You know what I mean? You're not, so much of the world is consumed by check-to-check payments, right? And having to pay your bills out of that check immediately. You don't have any room to just enjoy your life with the money.
Discretionary fund.
Yeah, exactly. You don't get to enjoy what you really earn. So now that creatively I can kind of afford to do the things I want, it's I mean, a relief is such an obvious word to say, but like, it allows me to focus on the other things that I want to do. And I'm so grateful for that. To be able to take care of your family, to be able to take care of your friends, like getting to hire your friends is, I don't know if you know any of these guys.
No. No. I met him 5 minutes before you did.
Not even to do with the ponytail?
No.
What?
5 minutes before
They seem like lovely people. The best part about it is getting to take care of your people, man. Right. The fact that they get to reap the rewards of your hard work is so rewarding, man. I'm so grateful for that.
But if you think about it, Matt, being a comedian today, because the social media aspect of it, and you see a lot of these guys, they start with skits, and you see these guys blowing up, whereas before, you had to grind. You had to get into the clubs, you had to be good, and if you weren't good, you gonna fall by the wayside. Yeah. Now a guy can blow up on social media. Now, once you go into them clubs, now you better be funny. Yeah. Because doing a skit funny is one thing. Stand-up funny is something entirely different.
Oh, 100%. I'll see people take the viral fame and they're going on tour or whatever. And my first instinct is good for you. Yeah. Get your money. You know what I mean? Do what you got to do. People want to come see you live, by all means, but you got to do it right the first time. If you don't do it right the first time, they're not going to want to come back and see you twice. And that's where the power really lies. It's just consistency, right? Like, especially when you're upgrading in venues, going from comedy clubs, I got to get the same people who saw me at a comedy club to come see me at a theater. Got to get the same theater audience to kind of want to come see me at an arena. The consistency is key, man. You got to be, that comes back to being ready for it, right? There's no shortcuts to this. Had I not been doing comedy for 12 years before all this happened, there's no way I could have handled it. Wow. But the work is where the fun is, man. They say, how often you hear like, enjoy the journey. Yes. And when you're in the journey, you're like, this shit sucks, man. This is the worst road to take.
You don't get an opportunity to appreciate it. You really don't.
You really don't, man. I do kind of miss the days of like just showing up at the Laugh Factory or whatever and being like, oh man, I hope I get a chance to go up now. Versus now I can walk in and just be like, do you want to? Yeah. But there's something to that. I don't know if it's just the humbling to it. I don't know exactly what it is, but there's just something to the unknown, you know? It's not something to be overlooked.
Well, you mentioned TikTok earlier. America, we purchased TikTok. Do you believe TikTok would have been what it was had it been American-owned from the jump?
Ooh. I mean, I don't see a lot of Asians on there, so it's always kind of felt American to me. I don't know. It caters to your.
But the Asians don't let Asians. They created it, but they don't let their people get on TikTok.
Is that really a thing?
I think so.
Really? Yeah. Well, that's a damn shame. But you know what? Good for them. They created poison, and they were like, give it to the Americans.
Yeah, don't you drink it? Don't you eat it?
That's actually brutal. Okay, China, I see you. All right. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. But I know certain states are kind of cracking down on that. I heard that Florida's cracking down. Like, you can't be on social media before you're 16. Wow. I think that's imperative, man. I think it's not good for kids, man. It's not good for adults.
Well, because I think somebody, whether social media, but the parents have to sign up for it, that you will get alert if your kids look for something suicidal, say something about if more than once, they'll get an alert if you're signed up for it.
Well, it's just the kind of content that they're consuming. It opens them up to cyberbullying and all that. Yes. I mean, haters live on the internet.
They do. Misery loves company. That is so true.
And they don't exist in the real world. No. That's what these kids got to realize. Yes. Right? You close your laptop, turn your phone off, you'll be just fine.
YouTube. You released a special on YouTube. You like YouTube.
They've been good to me. Yeah, absolutely.
They've been good to us.
Yeah.
Because you like YouTube and everybody's like that, and you see a lot of companies are trying to come out and be competitive with YouTube. They're trying to get podcasts and they're trying to get
Netflix's biggest competitor.
Yes. And you see YouTube, they have NFL football. Netflix has NFL football because you need live content.
You need it.
If you're trying to be a network, you're trying to be a television station, you need live content.
Can I ask you, how do you feel about like the live comedy specials on Netflix? How do you feel? Do you feel like specials are supposed to be something that kind of takes its production edit and takes its moment? Or do you kind of enjoy the live aspect of like, we'll see how it happens. We'll see how that show plays out in real time?
I mean, I love specials. I mean, Delirious and Raw and seeing all those things coming up when I was a kid, I love it. I love, but I know, it's like, I like to go to I go to a comedy. I like, okay, this is unscripted. You can't say this, you can't say that. That's what I love about the comedy show. When you go to a real
There's nothing
comedy
like
show,
it live, man. There's nothing.
this
like
is
it.
1,000. I mean, I would love to see Chappelle. 1,000%. Okay, anything goes.
Have you seen him live before?
I have never seen him live before.
What?
I haven't.
Let me know a day. I'll make that happen. I got you. There's nothing like it, man. He'll go for 2.5 hours on the most important subjects going on in the world.
That's what makes
it may have happened that morning, and somebody's got half an hour on it.
That's what makes him so unique, Matt. Is that everybody's afraid to touch a lot of the things that he's touching on. They wouldn't touch that with a 1,000-foot pole.
Yep.
Let alone and with arm's length.
No, he's invincible right now, and he's also, it helps that he's a genius, right? You can respect what he's saying. You can disagree with it as much as you can, and you're welcome to do that. But he's gonna well articulate whatever his perspective is on that. And there's just nothing like a live show. I mean, you can't capture the energy on camera. You can't. Think about how amazing Raw and Delirious are.
Yes.
Now think about how amazing that would have been to see live.
Oh my God.
You can't touch it. No special, no matter how great your favorite special is, it's nothing like what it was in the room.
No.
It's so unfortunate, man. Wow. Go see a live show. If you have a favorite comedian, no matter who they are, go see them in person.
Just auditions. Is there, like you said, you're thinking about maybe doing a little bit more in the television movie space as opposed to stand up. Now, so how do you transition, because now you're starting to blow up and you're really thinking about, like, you know what, I kind of want to do a movie. I kind of want to do sitcoms. I kind of want to do other things and kind of transition away. Because Eddie was at that peak.
Oh, of course.
And he said, you know what? I really want to do movies. And you hear 48 Hours and you hear Coming to America and you see all these things that happen. You really, like, you know what? I know I'm at the apex, but you know what? I kind of want to transition.
I think it's just wherever your passion lies, right? Like I've always loved acting as much as I've liked stand-up. I just haven't been doing it for as long, and I haven't been able to, I guess, get my foot in the door the same way as I have in stand-up. Granted, we talked about earlier, it's a different game, right?
Yes.
It takes a bunch of different people's approval rather than just winning over your fans.
Right.
Your fans can't vote you into being into a movie, unfortunately. So it's something I'm really, really excited about for sure, but it's a different craft, man. Like I spent 6 months living in Vancouver at the end of last year filming The Altruist for Netflix, the Julia Garner show. And I that was my first real experience being a part of this gigantic month-long production and just getting to really like study these other performers. Like I've been around comedians my entire life. Since 15 years old, I've been around 40, 50, 60-year-old comedians and watched the way they craft their art. Acting is a different beast, man. And I have such a respect for it. And it's something that's new and exciting for me, right? Like I've been doing stand-up for so long. Acting is something that it tests a new muscle in me. It's learning a whole new craft. There's something exciting about being brand new at something again.
Yeah. So you like that?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like I would try most things for the first time. I think it's really exciting. It's so rewarding as well, man. When you get the respect of somebody you've really looked up to, like a Julia Garner or Anthony Boyle, who are leading this show, getting to learn and study from two of the best in the business right now. It's an amazing opportunity.
Man, how you get that brother caught up at your show, man?
Which one?
You know the black guy that got caught with the side chick.
Oh man, in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Terry? Oh, Terry.
Oh, you even know his name?
No, of course, man. Terry, I hope you're all right, man.
He ain't all right? What you mean?
I hope you chose,
hope.
Terry. Bro, that shit was wild.
You hope he all right? You know he not all right.
Woman, don't bring your side chick to the show.
You can't put the light on him.
Don't laugh. So black. I don't know what to tell you. He was bringing so much attention to himself. I didn't want it to be about him. He drove all the attention to himself. All I wanted to know is, are you with your lady? And he snitched on himself so fast. And then at another show, the lady came back and was like, no, I know his real girl. It was crazy, man. He did that to himself. People get themselves caught up, man. I was Coldplaying people long before.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like the Coldplay situation that she was up there hugging. I was like, bro, now you know you can't be doing that. You out there wrong.
In the wild.
Yes.
Yeah, it happens, man. People, but I hate to say, those are the people that make the best content, right? Like you come to a show and you're the one screaming out, wanting to be the person that gets talked to for a cut. That's usually not the person you want to talk to. It's the least assuming person.
They just started trying to say, "Oh, I sure hope you don't talk to me."
100%. Oh, you in a wheelchair? You gonna get it? 100%. I gotta know what's going on, man. You looking suspicious? I gotta find out.
You in your crowd work, you go after A. You don't have a problem because is there anything that you won't do in a set? Is there anybody that you won't go after?
No, that's so insane. What are we talking about? We're talking about comedy, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about the context of a comedy show. Jokes are for everybody, man. I don't believe the idea of punching up and punching down is so stupid. What are you punching? It's jokes.
Yes.
We're all equal. Yeah. We are in this room together right now. I don't think of anybody below me. So I can't do jokes about you because I feel sorry for you. Mm-hmm. I pity you. I feel like you're less of a person than I am. Hell no. I want to treat you like you're an equal, right? Wow. If you see somebody who's we use a handicap as an example or whatever, how often do you think they get treated different?
Well, you can't say, theoretically, you're not supposed to say disabled or handicapped. You're supposed to say limited mobility. I'm just saying. I don't want to get my show. I don't want Netflix. I don't want YouTube to get me. So mobility restricted. I'm just saying, man. I'm saying, hey,
I'm not giving it up.
Mobility restricted.
Until somebody with cerebral palsy corrects me to my face, I can't give it up. I'm sorry. Mobility restricted. I've never heard that before. If that is the correct term, I'm not changing it. How many times are we going to change the restrictions on jokes, man, and the terms you're supposed to use?
Right.
Didn't they change homeless recently to like the unhoused or something?
Yes.
That sounds way worse.
Yes.
I don't. You can't cater to everybody's feelings, man. And also, jokes aren't for everybody. It's for the people at the comedy show, right? Mm-hmm. If you come, I would hope you know what to expect. There's nothing that's off limits. Everybody is the same.
Right.
I don't do this whole victimization of you can't talk about this person or whatever they're going through because you've never experienced yourself. That's why I have a comedic perspective on it, right? Because I don't know about it. Sometimes ignorance can be comedic as long as it's coming from a good place, right? Mm-hmm. And how often do you think people get treated different? Especially people who are mobily limited. People walk by them, they don't say hello, they don't look them in the eyes, they don't ask, they're afraid to talk to them or anything like that. This is the one place where they get to be treated like a normal person. I take a lot of pride in that.
Before you did your first Netflix special, did people really know that you had a dark sense of humor?
Yeah, man. Watch any of the clips, bro. Watch any of it, man. I love dark humor. It's my absolute favorite. To laugh at the most up thing is the beautiful art of irony, right? Like, you know what the correct thing is to say, so saying the complete opposite of that is what makes it funny. And if that's not for you, that's fine. You don't gotta like it. Change the channel.
Right.
You don't gotta ruin somebody's life over it.
Right.
It's so frustrating to me, man. I love it. If you can't laugh at the dark shit in this life, how you gonna make it?
Because there's a fine line that you have to walk, Matt, because you want sponsorships, you want endorsements, you want brands, and those brands sometimes succumb to people like you. If you have him endorsing your product and he said this about this, and this, we won't, and then they start an online petition and they start boycotting, they start this and that, and the networks and the advertisers and the brands become like, you know what? It's just not worth the hassle, and unfortunately. You're
speaking 100% facts, but all that comes at the price of being yourself, right? That's what I think people mean when they say like, oh, somebody's sold out. Mm-hmm. It's like, you sacrifice being truly yourself, which for me is what got me to where I'm at now. My sense of humor and joking about the things that I like to joke about, whether it be dark or not, got me to where I'm at now. Right. So if I were to sacrifice that for a brand deal, which don't get me wrong, I would love, you don't think I'd like somebody to work with Calvin Klein or Levi's or whatever it may be? Of course I would love that. But then I'm betraying my fans. Then I'm also betraying myself. Now they have power over me of what I can and can't say.
Right.
And that's, I don't know if I can sacrifice that, man. I battle with it all the time.
Right.
My team will call all the time. Like, so-and-so wants to work with you, but can you trim these jokes from your set? And I'm like, I don't think I can, man, because that's a slippery slope. It starts here. Now I can't do the rest of it. Now I can't joke about this thing. Now I can't joke about this thing.
Now you cut all the material that I can and can't joke about.
Yeah, and I have a long future ahead of me, man. I don't want to start with that and then have to bail myself. I don't want to have to go to Africa for 5 years. You know what I mean?
When you started receiving all this backlash, did you become depressed? You're like, man, what am I doing? Can I just do this and make a lot of people? I can make a lot of money. Make some people happy, but the person that's going to be most depressed and most sad is me, because at the end of the day, I'm the one that lives with this person. I see all these thoughts. I walk by the mirror all the time.
No. Bro, when all of that stuff started to happen, when I first started to become controversial, which is crazy. You think I'm controversial? You weak as fuck. To me, it was more like, oh wow, I didn't know this is how a part of the world is.
Really?
Because I know who I am. I know my intentions with jokes. No matter the subject I'm joking about, my only intention is to make you laugh because it's something that makes me laugh.
Great.
It means nothing more than that. I'm not trying to push an agenda. I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. So when I saw that people would try to derail somebody's entire life because of the subject matter of a joke at a comedy show, it was more eye-opening that I was like, wow, there's really people out there who will try to take everything from you just because they don't like something that you did.
Yeah.
So it didn't make me feel any type of way about myself. It more just made me put more walls
Open your eyes
up.
up.
I was like, oh wow, I gotta be more careful about how I navigate my next career moves, right? Because like you said, like brand deals or certain networks cannot want to work with you because they just don't want to deal with the backlash, right? It's not that they even feel the same way about your jokes. They can be like, I thought it was hilarious. Yes. We don't feel like dealing with the comment section, right? But for me, I was disappointed in society. I was like, wow, those people are really out there trying to take everything. I've worked so hard for this. I've done nothing but try to do good things. I'm nice to everybody. I try to do as many good deeds as possible. I try to extend the blessings I've had to the people I love and give the charities and all this. But they'll still try to take that from me for doing nothing wrong.
Right.
Yeah, so it didn't affect me on a personal level. It was more eye-opening is all.
We talking about it off camera. You bought a property in Rhode Island.
Yeah.
I think it's 85 acres. Why Rhode Island? You're from Ohio. How does a kid from Ohio that went to LA, spent a year in Atlanta, end up in Rhode Island?
Man, it's beautiful up there. Have you been?
I have not been.
But you're welcome anytime. Man.
Okay. I'm gonna come and do something and check you out, see what y'all got popping up.
Bro, we got a little horse farm up there. You ever ridden a horse before?
I love Shetland pony.
What?
Shetland pony when I was a kid.
What?
Yeah.
Why did you have a pony?
Yeah.
Who got you the pony?
My grandfather.
What?
I think he paid like $40 for it. His name was Ringo.
Yeah, that wasn't the reparations he was expecting. A Shetland pony.
That wasn't the 40 acres
2 acres
that
and a Shetland pony. Wow. Okay. A little different from a horse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, it is beautiful up there. It's so peaceful. I had shows in Connecticut at Mohegan Sun up there, and I saw this house on Zillow that was like an hour away, and we had the first part of our day off before the show. I was like, let me just go check out this house real quick. Fell in love with it. The property's beautiful. The area's great. I'm 7 minutes from Walmart, 5 minutes from Target. Like it's got everything that I personally need.
Do they have a Costco up there?
No, they don't.
They don't have a Costco?
Boston's got a Costco. Okay. I do not have a Costco. Okay. But I'm all right on the Costco. As long as I got Walmart Taco Bell, and Target, I'll be all right.
Okay.
So it's got all the essentials. Providence Airport's great. It goes direct most places, but if not, Boston's only an hour away as well. I just wanted something peaceful, man. Like these last 4 years have been so aggressive. I'm around people all the time. And we're in the big cities all the time. Right? I'm in LA all the time. I'm in New York all the time. I'm in Miami, Chicago, Vegas, whatever it may be. I'm around people. If I want to see the big city, I'll see it in a couple months. I wanted somewhere that like when I'm not working, I can just be at peace. And this house is the first place I've ever, in 30 years, woken up happy every day. Open the window, just the fields are green, the trees are green, everything is so peaceful and quiet. People leave me alone. The community's really, really nice. They've been so good to me. We do a lot of local shows. It's the perfect place for me right now.
I mean, Rhode used to like this is everything. Could you imagine when you were a kid that you know what? If somebody would have told you, if they'd have asked you at say 15, Matt, where are you gonna live? What would you have told them?
Oh man,
L.A.
Dayton, probably Dayton, probably Dayton with 4 kids. That's about it, man. Nobody leaves this place. Right. At 15, the dream was like maybe I could stay in Ohio, and the ultimate dream when I was starting out stand-up was just because all I ever saw was comedy clubs. Right. So I was like, if I could just sell out comedy clubs every weekend for the rest of my life, that's the epitome of. I'm not gonna be Dave Chappelle, Dane Cook. I'm not gonna do arenas. I don't have to do that. If I make it, cool. So to be able to do what I'm doing now is so far past what I thought I would get to do. It's the most amazing feeling, man. Wow. And I don't know why it happened. I don't know how it happened. The timing of it all happening around my grandpa was so interesting, and I prayed on it a lot, and it really felt like yin and yang, right? Like the good with the bad. It almost felt like I had to lose something so important to me to gain something. I couldn't have it all, right? So you just kind of adapt to whatever God gives you and be grateful and see what he has in store next.
If you could go back and do anything different, let's go back at like 2018.
Okay.
If you could do anything, you give yourself some advice, would you do anything different? What advice would you give yourself that would be different?
Probably would have dropped these dick pics a little bit earlier. Probably would have. Probably could have been not living paycheck to paycheck in 2018. Probably wouldn't have had to do Bring the Funny if I would have hopped on OnlyFans as an original content creator. But in comedy, there's not a lot I could have done differently because that was around the same time I started to think about putting stuff online. I didn't commit to it yet, but I took the necessary steps. I was touring a little bit. I was getting ready for Bring the Funny. I was really dedicated to like developing my set in 2018. Right. So there's not a lot differently I could have done. I did as much stand-up as I could. Mm-hmm. I worked on my set as much as I could. I tried to develop an audience as much as I could. I maybe just would have started on social media when people started to talk about TikTok. Yeah. Before it blew up over COVID. Probably would have, but it's just something that it didn't interest me. Wow. It's just like having a podcast, right? Like you got to have passion for it.
You got to.
You can't half-ass the work, man. This is a full-time job, whether people realize it or not.
It is.
And at that time, I just didn't have the commitment for that. So maybe I would have changed.
You still run your social media pages?
I do for a little bit longer. Not for too much longer, but I do for now. I just don't trust anybody. Right. I still edit all my own videos as well. Right. I do all the comedic cuts for it and everything like that. I have my videographer does the captioning and the angle switches. Right. But I mean, comedy's about timing, right? Like if you leave too much dead air in a space, the joke might not land the same. So I just don't trust anybody else to do it right now.
Right. Is there a joke that you won't tell? Is there anything that you won't say?
No, man. There's nothing I wouldn't say. Are you crazy? Given the right context, given the right setup, it's great. Is there anything you feel like a comedian shouldn't say?
I mean, I go back, Matt, to be honest, I go back and forth. For me, I look at it like this. If somebody tells me something is offensive, and all I need is one person from that group to say, that bothers me, okay, I'm cool.
Interesting. One person.
I had a buddy of mine, when I worked at CBS, he was on Camera 3, his name was Fred Shimizu. I used to call him Ichiro. Ichiro in Japanese means firstborn.
Okay.
But he wasn't the firstborn, his sister was, because Ichiro Suzuki, the baseball player,
of course.
So that's what I call him. He was Japanese Ichiro, and he loved Ichiro.
Yeah, that's that's racist.
So
you can't just look around and call somebody the first ethnic name that you know.
No, and so, but don't worry about it. He's like, you could be Idi Amin, or you could be Johnny Mathis. So we went back and forth. But his sister, which was the oldest, was firstborn, and she passed. And he came to me and he said, Shannon, I really appreciate it. My sister was firstborn. Is that you're not calling me Ichiro anymore? I said, okay, bro. Fred, how you doing?
That's tough.
So if somebody in a group says that's offensive to me, I won't say it anymore. Now, but I'm not a comedian either, though.
So thank you for clarifying the context, right? It's like it's having a job. You go tackle somebody, you go, well, he's a football player, right? If I go tackle somebody, that's assault. Yeah, right? It comes with the context of the job. Absolutely. A comedian is a clown. The only thing we're supposed to do up there is make you laugh.
Right.
And if we can push a perspective like Chappelle is so good at doing, by all means, do that in a humorous way. But other than that, we don't mean anything we say. You know what I mean? If I were to call somebody Ichiro in the audience and he was like, actually, my sister passed away, I'd be like, thanks for bringing down the mood, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you don't got to think it's the funniest thing, but don't ruin it for everybody else. Right. I'm just messing with you. Yeah. I'm not trying to make anything personal. Right. I think it all comes back to context, man. Right. People forget what a comedian is. They think I work at Costco and I'm just out here saying wild shit. Like, no, it's just the job. I'm just playing.
You do have a large female audience, a women's audience. I mean, I guess I'm not supposed to say female. Women's audience.
You can't even say female anymore?
No, that's right. So let me. You have a large fan base that are women.
Yes.
That are women. What's some of the wildest things? Do they do stuff like at a concert? Like if you were a singer, they be throwing stuff on the stage. You mentioned you mentioned the guy that Matt Rife is my hall pass, and the husband or the boyfriend is sitting right there. Do you ever I can't believe this is my life now?
Oh, all the time. People will flash at a show from time to time. They'll throw like a bra on stage. Yeah, a girl. People bring gifts all the time. A lady brought me a jar full of her hair. I don't know what part of her it came from. It was pretty long. Just a jar of hair and a photo album of her and her family. Absolutely insane. The first meet and greet I ever did, lady bit my nipple.
What?
I give everybody a hug, obviously, and she was about nipple height. Latched right on, drew blood. I had to like peel her off of me.
What?
Yeah, people.
She had
are
to be
insane.
drunk though, Matt.
Probably. She was from Oregon, so it might not even have been a liquid. But people do weird stuff all the time. But again, I'll take the passion.
Yeah.
Right. I would rather have super highs and super lows than just kind of intermediate the entire.
So basically right now you're the Drake of the comedic world.
I don't know. That's a great comparison. All my fans are overage.
There you go. See, man.
That's not a dig, by the way. It's not a dig. I was Team Drake over the beef. Just saying. I'm gonna go on record right now. I mean, Drake's a great comparison. Drake, if you're watching this, I play Toronto this year. If you want to come out.
When are you in Atlanta? When are you in Vegas?
Atlanta, never.
Why you don't come to Atlanta?
Man,
That's where
this is gonna get me in even more trouble. You're a real piece of work for doing this, by the way. It's 3 p.m. Cheers.
I thought we was gonna sip.
I thought we were gonna shoot.
No, you're not supposed. Matt, we're not supposed to shoot. I mean, we're like, hey, we're men. Look where we are. We got books.
We got a book. You know, Cat Williams read all these books. I thought it was so little.
No, I mean, this is a conversation. We're having a great conversation.
Oh, I'm gone. This is.
When I come to Rhode Island, I'm like, hey, Matt, how you doing? Oh my God.
We'll sip, I promise.
I love what you've done with the place.
Yeah, you got me in your study right now. All right. Oops. Well, you're going to have me Orlando Brown in here, dude. This is about to be wild. Not more.
No, this is a conversation piece.
Oh, okay.
Conversation.
Okay. What was the question again? I'm so sorry.
The women fans.
Female fans. Yeah, we talked about it earlier. Just it's the most passionate, man. And also, it's not an easy fan base to get. Not a lot of comedians have a large female fan base, and I take a lot of pride in that.
Yes.
You know? Like I said, I want my comedy to be for as many people as possible. If
you're accepting, I'm for you. You're for it.
Well, that's also, it's so frustrating. That's another thing that got misconstrued over my very first special. TMZ caught me outside of my hotel one time, and it was just a question I wasn't really expecting, but they were like, what can people kind of expect audience-wise from your next upcoming special? And I used the verbiage, this one's gonna be a lot more for the guys. And when the controversy over that stupid joke had come out, they thought that's what I meant. They thought me doing a joke that was implicative of domestic violence, which, by the way, every comedian has done. I'm not the first one. I'm just the only one being punished for it for some reason. They thought that's what I meant. I was talking about the 15 minutes of cum in the middle of the special. There was like a 20-minute section in the middle of this special that was purely about like learning to jerk off as a kid that only guys were going to be able to relate to.
Yes.
That's what I meant. But instead they took that as like, oh, this special was intended to like eliminate his female audience. No, that's insane. If anything, it was just supposed to find something relatable to some guys that maybe some girls wouldn't get a certain portion of the special. Hopefully they did. Hopefully they found it entertaining. But the women are the ones that push the excitement of your content. Like they share it the most. They're the most passionate. They're there for you. They genuinely care about you.
Yes.
Something happens to you, you're sick. Your guy fans don't give a
No.
The women they're so motherly about it. I hope you get well soon. They're the best audience you could possibly ask for. I hate that so many of them felt that I was trying to turn my back on them.
Is that the situation where you had the Barstool and you said, I'm done with Barstool because, they had the interview where, and it kind of pit you against the women, your fan base?
Yeah, I felt like that was super unfair. Granted, I mean, I probably could have answered the questions better, but I'm not media trained.
Right.
I remember my publicist asking me when all this happened, like, do you want to go to like media training to learn how to answer questions? I was like, you mean be a robot? Like, no, that's so inhuman. I just didn't know there's ways to answer questions that are a little more vague and are less often to be misconstrued. So I answered some of those questions maybe the way that I shouldn't have, but also that's what Barstool does. Like they want to get you. They want to get clicks. Felt like that was super unfortunate because I was really excited to meet them. Felt like they were doing a good thing at the time.
Yes.
And I wish that had gone better.
Right. Stay. We saw Chappelle at the Hollywood Bowl. Somebody ran up on stage.
Were you at that show?
I was not at that show.
Okay.
Were you there?
No, unfortunately not.
Have anybody ever tried to run up on stage on you?
It happened in Chicago, actually.
Damn.
Yeah, I know.
Why they gonna run up on stage on you?
It was so weird. Like, for the amount of people who don't like me, I expected it at some point in my life. This guy was so positive.
Right.
It was just a drunk guy. Like,
Yeah.
he hopped up on stage real quick and was running towards me. And he came from where my videographer is usually set up.
Right.
So I thought for some reason, sometimes my videographer has to hop on stage. It was at the Chicago Theater. So sometimes he has to hop on stage and like sneak by the curtain, replace a battery or whatever. So I didn't think too much of it. I thought it was him getting up. And then I see him running towards me. And by the time I noticed it, he was like 2 feet away and there was nothing threatening about it. He was just like, he was so happy and so dry. He was like trying to like get a hug, but I just kind of like got a stiff arm away from him, and my security like snatched him off pretty much immediately. I didn't really think anything like that was ever gonna happen, but ever since that did, I'm like so ready to swing. Like, bro, it could be anybody.
You just want to get one. You
point.
want to get one off, huh?
It could be anybody at this point, and I'm swinging immediately.
They were like Matt Rife fired on somebody.
Bro, I'm not taking in facial expressions. I don't care about your tone. I'm swinging immediately. Because a lot of people were like, oh, he didn't even defend himself. I'm like, first of all, the guy wasn't really a threat.
Right.
And second, I never thought that would happen. Now that I know it's even maybe possible, we have more security now. Right. I didn't roll up with any today because we're in Georgetown. I think I'm probably okay. But now I'm a lot more prepared for it. Sometimes I'll hear something happen, like we're in the round, and I can hear something happen behind me, and every now and then you'll see me just like grip my fist for a second.
You're like, you just want to fire on somebody just one time.
Just one time.
Street cred gonna go way up. You
think so?
What?
You think so?
If you fire on somebody,
I like my odds.
so you gonna get one up and do security tackling?
Yeah, man. That's the best part about it. We're gonna fight for 4 seconds before it gets broken up. I'm gonna get one in.
I know you're close to Dave Chappelle. He said he's giving you great advice. He's seen some of your sets. He take notes, tells you things that you can improve on, things that you're really great at. So, I mean, are you surprised that Dave Chappelle, who's at the apex, says, you know what? He thinks enough of Matt Rife to give him advice to help him even go to a higher level.
It's something it's hard to fathom, man. Like I would consider him a genuine friend, and there's still that air of like every time I see him, I'm like, wow,
yeah,
like that's the best to ever do what I want to do.
Yeah.
But he's been so kind to my family and my friends. Every time he sees me and any of my crew, he knows all their names. He always says hello, asks how their families are doing. He's so invested in caring about other people, and it's something I never would have expected, obviously, but the amount of shows we've gotten to do together. I mean, the first arena I ever did was I got a chance to open for him at Madison Square Garden for his 50th birthday party, and I'd never performed in an arena at that point in my life. So he's given me so many opportunities. He gave me the opportunity to work out at his brand new club, the Firehouse in Yellow Springs. And he hosts that show, and then I headline it, and then he came back on stage with me afterwards. We riffed for like half an hour. Wow. One of the coolest moments of my entire life. He's the only person that has the footage. I don't know if it'll ever see the light of day, but
probably not.
One of the coolest moments of my entire life.
You said he once saved you $750K. How did he do that?
You saw that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about the money I had made from Live Nation for a guarantee for a first part of a tour, and it was more money I had ever even heard of in my entire life. And he was asking if I had a good team and a good lawyer and everything, and he was like, "Is your lawyer, is he 5% or is he hourly?" And I was like, "Hey, he's 5% like most lawyers." And he was like, "Nah, I got a guy here who will do it hourly, who does all my shit for me." So in doing so, saved me like close to $1 million.
Wow.
Yeah, which that's not my long-term lawyer, unfortunately.
Right.
Most lawyers won't work for that.
Right.
Like, don't search out an hourly lawyer for everything that you do. Oftentimes you'll get what you pay for.
Right.
But if Dave Chappelle vouches for him, I'm gonna trust him. It's a lot of weird indiscrepancies in the budgeting of your team, right? It's like agents get 10%, your manager gets 10%, your lawyer gets 5%, your business manager gets 5%. So when you hear somebody makes like $1 million, you don't get $1 million.
No.
You get maybe probably 250, something like that.
By
But
the
still
time
250.
Uncle Sam get his 50%, and then everybody cut.
It's not what you think.
No.
Which breaks your heart, man.
Yeah.
You see the check you get, and you're like, what? And they go, well,
Out of $1 million, that's all I got?
But you try not to be ungrateful, right? You're like, listen, it's still more than
I ever imagined.
It's more than I ever thought I'd make in my life that I'm making for a weekend, right? But it is weird having to break it up into so many different pieces.
You realize now, as you've gotten to this level here, everything that you say, they dissect it. So if you say something about this comedian, man, you heard what Matt Rife said. If you say something about this person, you heard what Matt Rife said. Do you find yourself have to be overly cautious, overly guarded about things you say, knowing that everything that you say is going to be dissected?
Oh, of course, man. You don't think my publicist was like, be careful on Shannon's podcast. Be careful what you say. Everything lives forever now. Yeah, I feel like people definitely look to misconstrue what you say now. And obviously anything negative spreads faster than anything positive.
Absolutely.
Right? But I mean, it helps that I don't have anything negative to say about anybody, really. Maybe a couple of people in my personal life, but it's like, but honestly, those people don't deserve the press that I would give them by talking about them. Right. But as far as like my peers and comedians and everything, I don't have anything negative to say about anybody. There's 8 billion people in the world. Yeah. If I have a few million fans, and for some reason that pisses you off that I get to be successful and find my fan base, there's 7.5 billion other people you're allowed to go make fan of for yourself. I wish the best for everybody, man. I don't have a single bad thing to say about literally anybody. But how did it make you feel? Because a lot of times, like I said, the level of success that you've enjoyed, there are a lot of older comedians that have been at this a lot longer than you have that haven't been able to enjoy that level of success. And for whatever reason, that's not your fault that they haven't enjoyed the level of success that you have. But when they say, like, bro, I mean, I'm a fan of yours. And had I been in the situation, I would never say anything negative about you. Yeah, it definitely happens, but I'm not in their shoes. You know what I mean? I don't know the decisions that they made. I don't know the decisions that they didn't make to get where they're at right now. Okay. But I know a lot of them refuse to adapt. Like, talk about social media a lot. That's what changed my life. You got to be able to do it now. I grew up starting stand-up with those comedians, right? The ones who they're living off of doing morning radio in the city they're performing of that night, right? Like, social media is not an important thing to that generation when I started out. So for me, it's something for my generation. People 30 and under, social media is their whole life. It is. I should love it. I should embrace it. It's just not really what I grew up on. It's not what I really respect. It's not what I have a passion for. But a lot of these comedians just won't adapt. They won't do the clips. They won't do the social media marketing. They won't brand themselves on social media and try to really grasp the fan base. So again, I don't know the decisions they made or didn't make to get where they're at, but I understand it. I mean, I've been bitter. I've been jealous. I used to be a hater for sure. That's why I understand it now. There used to be comics that I would hate on for sure. And then when I got... Like, I'm better than him. I don't know how he's so... Oh, of course. It happens for everybody. It happens for literally everybody. If you say you've never been jealous of somebody, you're a liar, and that makes you very insecure for not admitting it. It happens. You can envy affects everybody at some point in their life. Right. But then when I got where I'm at now and started to see what comes with it, I had such an understanding. I went, wow, I know what it takes to get there, and I know what you deal with because you're in the spot you're in now. Gave me such a respect for it. Now I wish the best for everybody. Right. But these comedy beefs, when you got into comedy, did you know anything about comedy beefs? No, it's so weird. It's so high school. Why do you care? Oh, I'm funnier than so-and-so. Okay. All right. Are they more successful than you? Then statistically, I guess not. Right. Go prove it. Numbers are the only thing that matter, right? Unfortunately. Statistically, it's the only thing you can say. Opinions are going to vary, and it's not something you can prove. There's so many funnier comedians, in my personal opinion, than I am that have significantly less followers, sell less tickets. Right. There's so much more that goes into that. Yes. The beef aspect makes no sense. Why does it affect you? What is hating on this person going to do for your career? If anything, you kind of look weak for trying to tear somebody down. You should be lifting each other. Go on tour together. If both of y'all are selling out clubs together and there's a weird beef there, how about y'all combine the fan base and now go do a bigger? You do 5,000, he does 5,000. So guess what? Now that's a 10,000. Now you can go do an arena together. Yeah. It makes no sense. Ego gets involved. Insecurity gets involved. It's very unfortunate. I haven't really had any, thank God. There's nobody I have beef with. There's plenty of people that don't like me, but I mean, it hasn't really affected me. And I haven't really been stuck in the middle of anything. Have you heard anything? No. Okay. No. Even my daughter, I told my daughter, I talked to my daughter on Friday, and she's like, what you doing? I said, well, I'm getting ready, I'm packing because I'm getting ready to go to, I'm going to DC. She's like, well, who you doing? I said, Matt Rife. She's like, really?
You know him, Dad?
How old's your daughter?
She'll be 34. She's 33.
For real?
Yeah.
And what does she do?
She's in HR at Northside Hospital.
Oh, that sounds like stress. Oh, no, thank you. Tell her I said hello.
I sure will. I'm gonna FaceTime as soon as I get out of here.
Aww.
As a matter of fact, let's FaceTime once we get done.
But I would love to.
30 years of age. You've accomplished so much in your first 30 years. What can we expect from Matt Rife in the next 30?
Oh man, I don't know. I think about that every day. You know, like I said, I'd like to make the transition over to more acting. I love movies. I love watching movies. I love making the few that I've done. I've got one with Owen Wilson that's going to come out later this year, which was crazy. I mean, talk about one of the greatest of all time. Just an absolute legend. I hope to transition more into that, and maybe I'll end up doing less stand-up as that time goes on, or maybe I'll be able to find the balance. But I know I can't tour like I'm touring right now for the rest of my life.
No.
It's a piece of advice Chappelle gave me was like, you got to live your life. Material comes from living your life. You got to go experience things. You can't just live on the road. What are you going to talk about? Being on the road all the time? It's not relatable.
Right.
People don't know about the tour bus and the behind the scenes and all that. Some funny stories can happen, but you got to go out there and you got to live your life. And I live on this beautiful place in Rhode Island now. I want to explore the world with my friends, make memories and everything. So
you ain't mentioned nothing about no wife, no kids. You ain't mentioned none of that. We've been talking for an hour, for 90 minutes, and you ain't mentioned none of that.
We'll see what happens.
Don't you want somebody to share that with?
No, man. I just want somebody I can go on live with. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Change the trajectory of my career, you know? Just
I'm sure there's some people out there who let you go live with them.
Bro, you didn't know?
I didn't know, man. I still don't. They called me. I was wondering why everybody was calling me. I just hit decline. Jordan, my guy here is like, hey, boss, you know. I said, no what? I said, how? I said, did anybody see anything? They said, no, they couldn't see anything, but they could hear everything. I was like,
yeah,
Lord,
man, I never growled until I saw you, and I was like, oh, this is what I'm doing wrong. Got it. He said, all right. Hey, I appreciate the pointers. But we'll see. You know what I mean? Maybe a wife and kids is in the picture. I hope it is, but it's also got to be timing, right?
Right, yes.
Right now, I live a very selfish lifestyle. It's like I'm on tour. My work is my life.
Is your wife. And you're married to that.
Yeah, I'm married to work right now, and eventually I really pray somebody, can be a part of that. I can share all of this with them, but it's got to be the right time. I don't want to be a half-ass boyfriend. I don't want to be a half-ass husband. I want to be supportive.
From when you started to now, is comedy harder then, or is it harder now?
I think comedy gets harder every year that goes by. I think social media doesn't make that easier for sure, with meme culture and all that. Like jokes are all over social media all the time. I'll think of a joke one day and I'll see it as a meme the next day and I go, well, thank God I didn't say that on stage.
Wow.
Or I could be doing one on stage and then somebody makes a meme of it and I go, I've been doing that joke for a year. Now I can't do this. People are gonna think I stole it from the internet. I think it gets harder and harder as time goes on. More and more comedy happens. People put out more specials. There's more people starting comedy. There's more perspectives being in the game. I do think this is gonna get clipped out of context, but I think comedy was easier in the 70s, 80s, 90s just because nothing had been done yet. Nothing but women be shopping was a crazy concept in the 80s and 90s, right? Nothing had been talked about. All things.
And nobody got canceled for selling a joke.
Nobody got canceled at all, which I think people are getting less and less scared.
I do.
Right?
I do too. I do too.
Unless it comes down to some kind of malicious intent and you could tell this person really means the up thing they're saying right now, you can't cancel a comedian. Our power lies entirely in the hands of our fans.
Right.
As long as people look at people who got canceled. Let's talk about a Louis C.K. Or a Chris D'Elia, whoever it may be. They still sell out theaters, by the way, and they got canceled. They had shit taken from them professionally. Their fans still sell out tickets. So therefore, are they really canceled?
No.
What does the word cancel even mean? You're in trouble in the eye of the public. What does that do?
Right. You know what? Tour girl say you a celebrity crush. She said she tried to get at you.
Haley Welch. Yeah, I met her on.
You met her?
Well, yes, I did. I met her first on FaceTime. Whitney Cummings FaceTimed her on her podcast. She was very sweet. I said I was a celebrity crush or something, and then I was performing in Nashville at Bridgestone Arena, which was my first real size arena that I ever did in Nashville. I love Nashville. I think I'm back there in October.
Yeah, Nashville's nice.
Yeah, I love Nashville. Thought about moving there.
Yeah, I thought about moving there too.
But there's no land within the city. I wanted some land.
No, you got to be out. You got to go out.
But if you live an hour outside of Nashville, you really live in Nashville, or you in Memphis?
Memphis.
You know what I mean? Chattanooga.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So then I invited her to that show. She came out. And I do these like kind of like behind stage walkouts, like almost like, I don't know if you've ever seen any Morgan Wallen shows where like the camera kind of follows them on the Jumbotron from backstage out to the stage. We do a similar thing.
Right.
And for this one, I rode a horse in at the very beginning of it. And then I got off the horse and I walked over the camera, panned over to her, and she like hawked to it into my, like, spit in my hands. And then I walked up to the stage.
Wild. You wild for that one, Matt.
She was so down for it. She was very nice. And then she got in trouble for that crypto shit.
Yeah.
That poor girl.
Yeah.
I know people got mad at her, but I'm like, and I mean this as respectfully as possible. You really think she had anything to do with that? You think she knows anything about crypto? You think she was like, I can't wait to f people over?
No.
Somebody came to her and was like, I have an idea how you can make a bunch of money.
Quick.
They f***ed up, and then she got in trouble for it. It's the problem with immediate fame, man.
Man, you know what, bro? Thanks for coming on Club Shay Shay. Is there anything that you want to promote?
No, just come out and see the show this year, man. I think you'll really enjoy yourself. It's very different. It's untraditional, and I think you'll really enjoy it. And if you don't get to check out the show, watch a special, watch a TV show or a movie coming out later this year. And thanks for the support. I appreciate it.
How close are you to Vegas?
Vegas? Oh, fuck, what, a 5-hour flight, something like that?
No, I'm saying, how close are you coming to Vegas to do a show?
I got Laughlin in May, which is what, an hour outside, something like that.
Nevada?
Yeah, some casino out
How you go to Laughlin and not Las Vegas? Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, well, we did Vegas last year. We did the MGM Arena, I believe it was. So we got to take a little bit of a break. You know, you can't exhaust it. But I love Vegas, man.
Yeah.
You live in Vegas?
I do.
What?
Yeah, I thought about it was Vegas, Nashville, Houston, Dallas, Austin.
Houston. White people's Atlanta.
No, Houston is the devil's playground.
Houston's ratchet.
Yeah,
man.
bro.
I mean, Vegas is scary. Do you gamble?
I don't.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Really?
No.
Not on sports or nothing?
I don't know anything.
Interesting. I feel like you have to say. I'm going to ask you again off camera.
No, I don't gamble. No, hell no.
I don't know how you do. I can't go to Vegas and not lose my whole check. It's so frustrating.
So check this out. He has tour dates coming to U.S. and Europe. He has a film with Owen Wilson, Rolling Loud, dropping in September, and limited series with Netflix with Julia Garner called The Altruist, coming out later this year. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Rife.
Thank you, man.
Bro, appreciate
you, man.
Oh, man, this was awesome. Thank you to the Lennox Bar for hosting Club Shay Shay and letting us record in their incredible space. We truly appreciate the hospitality and support. If you're ever in the Washington, D.C. area, do yourself a favor and stop by Lennox Bar. Great vibes, great drinks, and an even better atmosphere. Make sure you follow Lennox DC Bar on Instagram.
All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle, pay the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why all my life I've been grinding all my life. Look, all my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle, pay the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why all my life I've been grinding all my life.